What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big Boy Talk. I know we're starting a little late tonight. It's kind of been a long week for us. We couldn't do our usual Monday show because Ravens played Monday night. We was too glued to that to get on here and do a show. We keeping it 100. But thank y'all for joining us tonight. I know we're a little late. You know, things happen, life happens. We
My
catch
bad.
up to it. We keep moving. Nah, it's not just on you. It's not just on you. We all had some sketchy nights tonight. But
My wings just got
back.
here. Just got here.
Just got there. We back. We ready to roll. And I guess we could open up with the biggest thing there is to talk about, right? How trash these Ravens are.
I ain't gonna say trash.
Thought you were going to say food.
That too. But I'll say misguided. Defensively, they're misguided.
Okay, defensively, you say they're misguided. I say they're misguided all around. The special teams are starting to come together, but really, how much can we trust Tyler Loop? He can't even handle a kickoff.
I mean, the kickoff rules are garbage. Now, if this was back in the day, then maybe.
Yeah, but have you actually looked at his kickoffs? Like most of them are knuckleballs.
I mean, they're kickoff, bro. Like, nah.
Yeah, he's kicking knuckleballs. It's like he's struggling to get the ball downfield.
Mr. Seiko
What's good,
Kage, how we
Zeke?
doing?
So we want to stop.
Kage.
We got Zeke in the building. Salute. We got Chris in the building. Salute. And we got one of the first ladies in the building.
Even though
Miss
Chris,
K,
even though Chris has been cussing me out, all through all this week and coach's streams, but that's okay. That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but you know what? That's just how it goes. Okay.
So do I need to get the black glove service going or what?
We hope not. We hope not.
Welcome in, my love.
So,
My
B,
love. Enchanté.
I guess we're gonna start with you and get take on Ravens versus Lions and what went wrong and how do they fix it?
Who, me?
Yeah, you, sir. Yes,
No,
you.
yes, you. No, you couldn't be.
Yeah.
Then who?
Unfortunately, I don't have any reason to give a damn about the Ravens right now because the coach is still Harbaugh. The D coordinator is still Orr. Yeah. Kind of finding a reason to give a fuck ain't working out. I'm a little in debt on fucks to give. When I get some, I get them right out to you.
I'm not too far off. I said before the season started. I mean, actually, I've said the last few years, right? The Ravens won't win a championship as long as John Harbaugh is the head coach. Correct.
Message.
I don't think. Okay, what are my thoughts towards the Ravens and their likelihood of making a Super Bowl this year? There's no chance in hell the Ravens make a Super Bowl win. There's no chance in hell the Ravens make a Super Bowl, let alone win one.
Right.
And you know what? I think we'll see a demonstration of that Sunday when we walk in the Arrowhead and the Chiefs dog walk their ass.
They're not going to dog walk. Lamar is not going to allow
dog walk their
Lamar
ass.
is not going to be allowed to be dog walked. All right, Lamar.
They're going to dog walk that defense.
That's a different story.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not even talking about in terms of the score. They're not going to smoke them and blow them out. No. But the game's going to look closer than it actually was, just like it did with Detroit. It looked like we was there the whole game, but we wasn't. We never had a chance.
You know what's the worst part? I said it would be 38-31 Ravens. They were damn near the reverse.
Yeah. It was 38-30. Listen, It's a salute, my Mrs. The first lady just slid in the building. Well, how you doing? I literally, I picked us to win that game, and you know what? I knew we were gonna lose, but I picked us to win that game out of spite of Lions fans. I saw one Lions fan and made me not like them all immediately. If I'm being real, the dude was an absolute idiot. Only
You said
thing he could speak
immediately?
on was immediately. The only thing he was able to speak on was he still swears Lamar can't throw the ball. I don't understand that.
That's you hate.
I don't even know if it's hate or just stupidity.
Both.
Some
It's
people are
stupidity.
some people are just dumb.
The highest
I mean?
QB rating of all time, and he can't throw football.
Exactly my point. The way to beat the Ravens is to make Lamar throw the ball because he can't get it done. That's what they said. I take that and I laugh at it because it tells me that you don't know football. You watch your team, you may know a little bit about your team, but you don't know football, right? Because there's a difference. There's a big difference. I'm not saying I'm some expert, or I got the best analysis in the world. No, but I know enough that I can say I know football.
Wow, that's terrible.
At least enough to say that I can distinctly say Lamar Jackson is a tremendous passer of the football.
Definitely.
Anyway, ignore the shoe thing. She's upstairs laying down in bed. She's not throwing any shoes. She be saying that just to make y'all happy. She ain't throwing no shoes at nobody. She upstairs in bed chilling, relaxing. Yeah, the Ravens, man, they've been a disappointment for most people. For me, they're right on par with where I said.
Hey, look,
I don't know more.
But Ted Walker hasn't known that. I'm letting you know right now. At least the deep ball between Lamar and Tez, foolproof.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Well, that was another thing, right? Where the coaching was a letdown because as a head coach, you should know the other team as well, right? And what you're going against. So how do you walk in that game and not go, we're going to pick on Tavian Arnold the entire game? How do you not do that? You know what I'm saying? He should be brought up on charges for what he's doing to these Ravens. Because for you to not go to your offensive coordinator and go, look, from what I see so far, when we run out there in 11 personnel, when we got our 3 receiver sets, we're cooking them, especially Arnold. Let's keep it up. But he wants to continue to run the two receiver sets. He's running 3 tight ends, 2 tight ends. Bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? And why? At what point do you mature into your coach as a coach and say, let's go out here and play football? Because you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. They shut the run down. That's 2 weeks in a row the run's got shut down. What are we doing?
You know what they're going to say? Oh, when Ricard gets back or when Likely comes back and opens the field up. No, it's more like y'all are basic.
Yeah.
But Chris, why do I deserve a shoe though? Hold on.
What really happens is John Harbaugh has said this, and Greg Roman said it, but it was mimicked of what John Harbaugh said. But Greg Roman said when he was our offensive coordinator, we don't adjust our game plan to each opponent we face. We go out there and we run our plan, and that's that. And how do you, as a team, not adjust your game plan for what your opponent's been doing? That's the whole point of football. You watch tape and you say, okay, they're bad at this, so we're going to do this. But it's
So
been our
overall,
philosophy. Go
the
ahead.
whole point of football is to take advantage of everything. We watch tape and
Yes.
say they're bad at this, and then when we see them worse at something in game, we don't do anything about it. We don't take advantage. We don't make adjustments. So it's
Yeah.
not even the tape before; it's the no adjustments during.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't even make adjustments at halftime.
Exactly. The Ravens have been known under John Harbaugh that you go out there, you run the scheme, and that's it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well. And that's why when he goes, if you notice, he never actually outright mentions making adjustments at halftime. He just says,
Well,
we
hold
got
on.
to do this better. We got to do that better.
If it doesn't work because the adjustments weren't made, the players didn't execute right.
Yep. But it's never about adjustments. It's literally just, we got to execute better. We got to do this better. We got to do that better. The players got to execute better. How about your game plan be better? How about you game plan for the team that you're facing rather than sending us out there doing the same old stuff that we've been practicing from day one, which is why every team knows exactly what we're running when we're running it. They look and they go, because every other team in the NFL, guess what? They watch tape and they plan for the opponent.
Hell, the fans know.
Yeah. So when we pull up to a game and they're like, oh, they're lined up with their three tight end set, you know what's coming. Pack it in. And even if we try to dump it over top, guess what? They're ready for it because they've seen it on tape. They're straight laughing at us on game day because they know our head coach knows nothing about the game of football.
Look, it's to the point where I be hearing this, coming from the O-line. This, look, that's the sound of defensive end clapping the interior.
Yep, I already knew it. I already knew it.
Nah, you got two figured out.
Damn, we ain't going that. Nah, damn.
I can't tell you if you listen close enough during Ravens games when we on offense. I promise you, there's two things you hear repeatedly. If you listen real closely, you hear the faint voice saying, "Look out! Watch out!" That's the old line yelling because they just got beat. And now Lamar's got to try to get on the run. And he's seeing ghosts now. So even if he has a pocket, he's moving himself out of that pocket because he's scared to stay in it. You can't have, you know how terrible that is? You know how terrible of an O-line you have to be to have your quarterback seeing ghosts by game 3?
That's Sam Darnold style.
That's David Carr right there.
Oh, God.
That's crazy. He's seeing ghosts left and right. And then all the people, I watch these shows, right? I watch these shows, and they're like, well, Lamar, you gotta take off. You holding the ball too long. And you stand there, you trying to make a play pass and just run. That man's scared to run now.
But he's
not holding the ball long because they're back there by the time he hits the back of his drop. Right? He hits that last step in his drop, they're in his face. So he doesn't have the time to really hold on to the ball. And the pocket breaks down so quickly. I mean, yes, there's some plays where he should have just taken off and he would have got the yardage, but how often do you want your quarterback just taking off? Because I'm thinking that's what the other team wants, so that they can hit him as many times as possible. You know what I'm saying?
There was plays where I saw Lamar duck 3 people and they get hit by the 4th person. And people are like, if he would have took off, he just juked 3 people. And before he could get 2 steps into his takeoff, the spy linebacker came. Pause.
Yeah. So there, and I think they're nowhere in plays you're talking about where Anzalone was on him, and he could have outran Anzalone to the edge if he just took off, but he kind of tried to stutter step him to juke him. Back in the day, Lamar wouldn't have tried to juke him; he just ran.
He was still in the pocket. The linebacker.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. He stepped up, and the linebacker was up in his face.
It's a different one. The linebacker was coming from the flats. The linebacker dropped back.
Okay, got you.
But after Lamar had juked the 3 defensive linemen, by the time he shook the 3rd defensive lineman, the linebacker just fired off and ran right past Faalele and got the sack.
Chris, we have the same record. End of discussion.
Coach said
So
your
you gotta
record
understand.
is what you are.
Exactly. And you got to understand, for him, that's a W. Having the same record as us, for him, that's a W because Coach had them ranked dead last. Dead last. So he's very proud of his one win right now. All right. He's not 0-3, and that's all he cares about.
And besides, if he Google the metrics, the Raven defense, I gave them more points than my Panthers defense. So,
to be fair, the Ravens defense is busting it wide open for the block.
and
All right.
and they telling Lamar not to bring it back now.
Yo, the defense out here busting it open. The defense got niggas coming off the dresser on them. I'm just saying. On the wild
What
stuff.
my man saying the song? Clappers to the front.
Yeah, look.
Man,
all the way out.
Round of applause. Finally making that ass clap.
Bust down Tatiana.
It's terrible. It's terrible. So when I say the Chiefs about to dog walk their ass, I'm not talking about score. They're not gonna blow them out.
Look,
Chiefs gonna run through that defense like everybody else does.
I will say on the first Hutchinson sack, if Lamar didn't get tackled, whoever that came, I don't know if y'all saw. I don't know if Coach broke down that play, but whoever was coming in after Hutchinson was about to take Lamar's head off. Like he was coming in with the Triple H knee, bro. Lamar was going down one way or the
other. He was, and it's pathetic, man. And then 9 times out of 10, I think what I hate the most is when Falele gets beat. He's not like most offensive linemen that they're like this and they're trying to grab and hold, or they try to run back there and push the guy. He turns around and starts blocking the air.
He's an airbender.
He's with Aang there.
He's with Aang and his kids.
Throwing his hands, and it's got to be the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like it's not funny, but it's funny. Like
listen,
it's like, what are you doing?
If you understand anime, this reference you should understand this reference. He was just trying to be Pain and trying to do the almighty push.
You know, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what he's trying to do, but it's not working, and it's not good because for him to stand there, blow the block, and then continue to block air as if he's doing something. Nah, it's not pause because that's what he's doing. He blowing the block, bro.
Well, the whole block though. Not one
the whole block.
I mean,
blowing the whole block, bro.
I mean, as much as Fale be on his knees, I mean, blowing is the correct term. I'm not
exactly.
I mean, I don't know. Oway might be worse.
Yeah, you're right.
They in that bit together, bro.
Oway be on all fours eating grass.
And Mike Green look like he need to get to the gym.
Hang on, I was so disappointed in Mike Green. I'm thinking like, damn, bro, I done hyped you up, said you was better than Jason, and right now,
I don't know.
He's still better than Jason.
But here's the thing, though.
Wait, what the hell?
Is the defense? This could be on coaching too, though. Because what if coaching is not telling him to just flat out go rush the quarterback? What if they're like,
what kind of dumb shit? What kind of dumb shit would that be?
Have you seen Zach Orr's coaching? Have you worked with John Harbaugh? Have you been watching John Harbaugh?
So you didn't hear about us doing contained rushes on Jared Goff, of all people.
I ain't hear that.
A
contained rush. That's like a contained rush on Peyton Manning in his last year at the Broncos.
I don't know Jared Goff on that level now. Hold on now. Come on now.
He's not.
That's a tad bit disrespectful.
No. Like Jared Goff is not on that level. But so why are you contained rushing him?
Because right now, Jared Goff can still sling the ball. Peyton Manning, after he got his neck surgery.
Well, we're saying Peyton Manning wouldn't run.
Not gonna jump out the window
why would you contain rush Peyton if he can't run?
Peyton Manning running looks painful.
It is painful.
Exactly. Jared Goff trying to like sidestep looks painful. So why are you containing?
Well, it works. It worked against you.
Well, Well,
that's
our
because we
D-line
contain
sucks,
rush.
one. And number two, when you're trying to tell, especially a rookie is not good at controlled rushing. They barely have rushing with all my life down.
And yo, here's the crazy part, right? Did you see all the delayed blitzes from the linebackers?
I saw Mike Green in coverage for some damn reason.
First of all,
Him
every
and
time
Tavius
that
Robinson
was supposed to
drop back in
blitz,
coverage.
that motherfucker timed that shit up so bad. He ran up to the line and almost fell over the line. And then the center was like waiting for him to almost fall and then calling hike. Because he tried time to play count. And he wouldn't even be close. He never timed the snap count once.
Him. They were spying the quarterback all night. And exactly. So I remember there's one play specifically, right? They snap the ball and Teddy rushes in like maybe 2 seconds after the snap. And then a whole 10 seconds later, Rowe rushes in. Both of them were sitting there just staring at the quarterback before they rushed in. All the other guys were in man coverage. Why are y'all just sitting there? Just go. The running back stayed in the block. Just why aren't you rushing? Rush the quarterback.
And stonewalled every time. Rowe couldn't even blow up the running back. Jahmyr Gibbs stonewalled Rowe.
I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is one of the better running backs in all three phases. So I mean,
he is scrawny, whatever you want to call him. As Rowe Zempic needs to lose weight, you should have been able to fall on him and at least push him backwards.
That's just like, Coach was telling me in the chat that they can when they're running back, when Jahmyr Gibbs was one on one.
If you got him hit him behind the line of scrimmage, you were good. But now if it looks like he's going out for a route, you can't.
So look, that's my thing. He's running directly at the line of scrimmage, right? So it looks like he's coming up to block you. So in my mind, you meet him before the line of scrimmage and you pop him as if you're blitzing. And then if he goes out, he's going to stumble before he goes out. They're going to have no clue he was going out on the route. And I think that's what you got to pull off. You're not going to sit there and wait and give freaking Jahmyr Gibbs a two-way goal against your linebacker who's slow as dirt.
Against Teddy Buchanan.
That's what I'm saying. He's slow as dirt. Now, coaches like Teddy did a good job. He took one side away. If I'm Teddy, I'd rather you go ahead and come out and stutter step, and I just stand there and then follow you either way, because either way I'm beat on the play. So what's the difference? Rather than running myself out of the play to give you an automatic first down. In that case, you got to be reactionary. Well, problem is he's slow.
I mean, when Zach Orr called the play, it was already a first down. We just had to see how.
Yeah,
we know Scooby gonna catch the ghost, but we just got to see how he gonna do
it. Yeah, but I don't know, man.
Just unfortunately, there was no Scooby snacks out there.
I mean,
the defense is a Scooby snacks. What are you talking about?
Bro.
At this point with this defense, man, they don't even feel the poop coming out when they shit. Like the hole is just open. It's just open. It's just flowing out, free flowing.
The defense is on some Lil' Kim shit before the Source Awards.
Yo, the fart don't make noise. It whisper.
Oh shit.
That's what happens when they pass guys. That's all that happened. It's just open, bro. There ain't nothing.
So you're saying a queef is louder?
They got there's no walls, no nothing. Just darkness.
All right, we have 24 minutes. Great to have seen y'all. Let's get up out of here.
You know what? I ain't even mad at it. We can get up out of here. Actually, real quick, we'll hold off for the 6 minutes.
Y'all got to do the 7-on-7.
The Panthers. Oh, I forgot about that. So real quick, the Panthers. Big win for y'all over Atlanta, in which I have to verbally apologize on air because I came out and said Atlanta was going to win that game.
I took the Panthers, baby.
I appreciate it.
He did. He chose the Panthers to win.
I appreciate it.
So I have to
apologize. I've been crazy in the street
on y'all name. because y'all did the damn thing. You go ahead and take this time to gloat, sir.
We put belt to motherfucking ass. Do y'all hear me? We put belt to motherfucking ass. They couldn't score shit. They missed their fucking field goals twice. They couldn't even cross the goddamn 30-yard line.
So now that's when I'm gonna mess with Jay right now. Jay, you did all that. Your background blue and black. Your shirt's blue, you black. Why is your mic yellow?
First of all, my shirt, whatever green it is, I mean, it looks different for
It looks
y'all,
blue.
but well, it's green. I'm telling you, it's green.
That's because
you
he
could have
has
had the whole fit, but you slipping.
I mean, I really got up for work. No, went to the place, came home, did the show.
You could change the color on the mic with a couple taps.
I seen that fire y'all dropped last night too. I was watching. I wasn't in the chat, but I was watching, brother. That was a fire show.
Whatever.
Yeah, man. You deserved every bit of that gloat you just got, bro. You deserved every bit of that.
And if I had a
them boys
belt, I would have
scoreless.
shown it on screen. I don't feel like getting up.
Scoreless.
You just snap that John a couple times.
Look, I'm gonna do it. Look, no, I'm gonna do it the OG way, the grandfather way. You know, I'm gonna wrap it around my hand. Then I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah, that's asshole. But listen, them boys did their thing, man. To not allow any points on a team that, well,
that was
I'm not
talking
gonna say
shit.
their offense was. They was
entire-
definitely talking. They was talking that talk.
Got curves.
Their offense wasn't looking spectacular though, because even against Minnesota,
I
they
wish our
struggled
team
to
could
score.
make people pay for talking trash.
Y'all can't just let
Yeah,
Lamar do
no.
his thing.
No, what they do.
We need to
is
give
they
Lamar
bend over
enough
and
time
reward
to do
him.
his thing.
Well, at this point, Lamar knows that the O-line ain't shit, so it's really on him.
It's always been on him.
See,
They're even worse this year than they've been before.
Well, now do it more. What did Kobe say?
I could tell you what the Ravens defense says. However do you want it? However do you need it? They just be tooting that thing up for everybody.
Not everybody. Man.
Toot for everybody.
I tell you what the Lions defense said.
You know what I'm saying? Even Dylan Gabriel came in the Browns game and dropped a touchdown on their head before the game was over.
I mean, the third stringer's probably I don't know.
No, they wasn't. They wasn't.
I tried.
All right.
You lied.
Cheeks. Straight booty cheeks.
Listen, look, I'm looking at y'all schedule right now.
Not even booty cheeks. That jailhouse work.
Listen, look.
Booty rocking everywhere.
I have faith that y'all can beat the Bears. I have faith that y'all better beat the Dolphins. Y'all better beat I swear to if I don't beat the Dolphins.
I'm telling you right now, Kansas City might walk in on Sunday and be like, I like you and I want you.
Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Listen, that's exactly what they're about to do.
But listen, look. Have ye faked it after the cheese? I'm not after the cheese. I mean, y'all go fix the Texans and C.J. Stroud has looked ass. Now
listen, I give us a shot against
our defense
and the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Correct the world.
I don't believe that. I'll have to believe it to see it.
Stroud gonna be thrown on the Ravens defense like they're an arena league team.
Let me ask you this, Jay. Let me ask you this, right? Because you're the only one with hope right now in this.
I'm just saying, like, look, I'm not gonna lie. I have no. I mean, the Rams might be hard, but be a hard test. But the Bears, the Dolphins, the Vikings with fucking Carson Wentz.
Yeah, but hold on. But you gotta think about this, right? If let's just say Marlo's still not fully healthy.
Jair not even fully healthy.
Nande's
This
is still out.
I'm about to hurt you.
No, because I wanted to say a different last name. Because you remember the corner Nnamdi Asomugha? I wanted to say his last name. So Nnamdi Madubuike is still out.
Asomugha.
Travis Jones out.
Oh.
Kyle
signed
Van
two
Noy
first
out.
round picks to the practice squad. Remember? 2 first round picks out to the practice squad.
So what?
Tupu and what's his name?
2 former first round picks. Yes, we signed another former first round pick to the squad.
I thought it was 2 of them.
Dude from that played for the Colts. I don't know if it was 2. I know it was 1 for sure.
Didn't Tupu used to play for Seattle for a while?
I didn't see who the other signing was.
It was something Tupu.
Let's see.
Topou.
Taven Bryan and Jaws Tupu.
Yeah,
I remember
was a
Taven
former
Bryan
first
from
round pick.
from by the Jags. I don't know who the hell Tupu is.
Just another player
Pretty
that ain't
much.
on the team for a reason.
True. Yeah, I thought Taven Bryan was doing good. Well,
And at this point, they're getting bodies just to throw them in there. They're not going to use them properly anyway, so what does it matter? Right? You weren't smart enough to use Travis Jones and John Jenkins at the same time on the field when and run that nose tackle when they were down on the goal line. So there's no way you're going to take these guys and use them properly anyway. You stayed in your base defense the entire game. There's literally a lineup where you see the base defense out there, and Marlowe's lined up at the will linebacker position, and Teddy Buchanan is lined up at the cornerback, the slot corner position on the other side. Well, I mean, what more can we ask for, right? That's I don't know. I don't know how y'all still expect me to have hope for them after that.
Why?
The Chiefs gonna dog walk them. Like I said, I give us a chance against the Dolphins. I give us a chance against Houston. But
and the Vikings and the
nope,
Browns.
I can see the Bears. Nope. You are not gonna say. I'm sorry, but you are not gonna convince me that we're gonna go play Minnesota and that Justin Jefferson ain't gonna fucking kick our ass. Ain't no way.
Again, it's gonna be Carson Wentz and the inexperienced as JJ McCarthy, who had to come back from behind, and barely lost and almost lost to the damn Falcons. That we just blew their backs out.
I don't give a damn. Have you seen this Ravens defense? They can't get to the quarterback. There's a big difference. Any quarterback that is going to go untouched will sit back in that pocket and have a field day. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to sit in that pocket and he's going to have a field day.
Ain't no, like, you can't.
He had time to loot the ball before he threw it up their ass.
Exactly.
Y'all can't sit here and convince me that y'all can't win against the Vikings. Y'all can't win
You're
against.
Not convince me that
they have who at wide
about to put up 2,000 yards.
That's one wide. That's one wide receiver.
280.
He's not their only wide receiver.
Okay, Jordan Addison's coming back.
That's not the only 2 wide receivers.
Who else are y'all afraid of?
Go.
Everybody. Jamar Chase hit us for what? 580 yards in one season in 2 games.
That's Jamar Chase.
And Higgins wasn't even doing nothing in the games. That's an average of 280 yards a game. I'm surprised he didn't make 3 world records. He almost got 2,000 yards because of us 3 years in a row.
But even John Harbaugh knows just fucking triple, like double, put a safety over Justin Jefferson, and force everybody else to step up. Bro, hopefully,
we did that on Jamar Chase, and he still scored a touchdown for 65
they just put
yards.
Up 48 on the Bengals, bro. 48.
So look. Y'all mean to tell me y'all scared of
this is worse.
Y'all mean to tell me y'all scared of Jalen Naylor, Miles Price, the ghost of Adam Thielen?
I'm scared. Yeah, listen, Adam Thielen. You say the ghost of Adam Thielen like he wasn't your top receiver last year
because he made it work for us. But you see, Adam Thielen got back home, and nobody has heard a single thing from him. His wife was
Jefferson now.
Look, his wife and kids are happy. Kids happy in a story. But
listen,
Charlotte,
I'm afraid of
Justin Thielen was somebody.
We know Jordan Addison to be back, and T.J. Hockenson is we. You cannot tell me T.J. Hockenson ain't gonna eat against these linebackers.
True. If he's not hurt by then, because he don't injury prone. So
okay, and we ain't got to worry about them running on us. Is that what you're saying?
Aaron
they just
Jones
put up 116 yards rushing.
Aaron Jones is injury prone. Jordan Mason, he been all right.
Mason put up 116 yards last game. All right, he put up 116 yards and 2 touchdowns.
This ain't positive Jay. This is Jay trying to lie to us.
I'm not lying to y'all. I don't see Carson.
This is Jay trying to lie.
I don't see Carson Wentz, who's damn near been on every team. You know what I'm saying? He's been on the Eagles, the Rams, the Chiefs, Vikings. You know what I'm saying? There's no consistency. He's a journeyman for a reason.
Right now, Marcus Mariota will roast us.
Listen, I love my team.
Who's the dude who went from the Jags
the defense is currently
to the Raiders,
dead last.
Always throws 300 yards against us, and he's fucking terrible.
Mr. Mustache himself. I think
he throws 300 yards on us, and he's not even in the league. But if they sign him tomorrow, he still get 350 on his defense.
He's in the league. He's
on Chiefs. I think on Chiefs. I want to say on Chiefs.
Give me a second. I'm trying to find him right now.
If he's on the Chiefs, Andy Reid is going to sit Mahomes and let that guy throw for 350 yards on us this weekend.
Boy, if Andy Reid does that, you talking about the ultimate bitch slap.
I mean, he basically benched John Harbaugh over, so what's the difference?
Nah, Andy wouldn't do that. Nah, Andy.
And here's why I hate Andy Reid. Andy Reid is a complete asshole of epic fucking proportions.
Yeah, he does.
Because I guarantee you, he told the fucking Ravens, John's a great guy. You should hire him so I can whoop his ass every fucking time I play y'all.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Every coach during the press conference be cracking me up. Just trying to sound all professional. I'm thinking like, nah, nigga. What do you really think?
But I'm just saying, like,
I'm talking about when the Ravens called and said we want to interview John Harbaugh for our head coach position. I guarantee you, Andy Reid said all the fucking right things about Harbaugh. So the Ravens will hire his ass. Like, yep, easy win every time I see these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you like this: the Ravens have single-handedly made sure that Gardner Minshew, Andy Dalton never have to worry about a job because they get cooked by them every time they play them. Cooked.
You want to play the Ravens?
And you're going to sit here and tell me, especially with this defense that is ranked dead last in the NFL, by the way.
Damn.
You're going to Jay, you just said it yourself. We've given up. Well, it was either you or B just said it a little while ago. We've given up the most points in the NFL this year.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, B said it. We've given up 111 points in 3 games. 3 games. Let that sink in. 3 games, 111 points.
Out everything.
The most in franchise history. And get this. The most, if I'm not mistaken, the most given up by what is supposed to be a playoff contender early in the season.
Don't you always play better in the second half, which by looking at the schedule is very, very in your favor?
Oh yeah, because we and I've been pointing this out to people over the last several years. We always play better in the second half because the second half of our schedule is always easier.
It is easier.
Like
y'all shouldn't lose to the Jets.
Always easier.
The Steelers is a different story.
Hold on. First off, never come out and say we shouldn't lose to the Jets.
The Jets have been losing. What's the Jets record? 0-3.
I get it, right?
We find a way to lose to the Jets.
No, yeah,
they've been in every last one of those games.
They have, except for the Bills.
And here's my question for you: what is John Harbaugh known for doing?
Playing down to the level of his competition. I've heard it all before. Do 4 or 5 people that we all know and love.
Exactly my point.
I think the last time we played the
It's
Jets,
going
we
to
only
be a
had
game.
70 passing yards against their starting corners. All the other
I
passes went to the
guarantee.
slot.
I guarantee we will go in there and make Brandon Stevens look like a Pro Bowl cornerback.
If Brandon Stevens have a field day, bro, I'll promise you, bro.
Lock down corner. Brandon
Please don't
Stevens is
let-
going to be out
I'm
there
telling you
like
now, he ain't
Don't
gonna get
do
no
it.
interceptions.
Don't do
He ain't
it,
gonna get no
please.
interceptions. He ain't gonna get no pass deflection. They just not gonna throw the ball his way, and it's gonna look like he was locking niggas down all night.
Brandon Stevens is going to look like Kyle Hamilton out there. You hear me?
And you know he taunt after every play, even when
That's
he
what
ain't got
I'm
nothing to
saying.
do with it.
Look. Don't let him lock up D-Hop. Just please don't. Just please.
He gonna come out there.
Like
Let's
Bateman
be honest.
is
I'm gonna say something, and it might bother some people. DeAndre Hopkins hasn't gotten open not one time since he's been here, but he always catches the ball. So yes, he's going to get locked up by Brandon Stevens, but he's going to find a way to catch the ball.
right.
There's a difference though. He's still considered locked up. So they're going to look at that and they're going to say, well, he was right there. And he's going to get more credit than he deserves, and we know it.
But because you have grade 8 and perfect ball placement, all Nuke has to do is just
And yeah, and I understand that, right? All I'm saying is they're still going to give Brandon Stevens more credit than he deserves, and he's going to look like he came out there and locked people down.
or they're gonna give Sauce Gardner the credit as they should, and Brandon Stevens is just gonna be looking, as a QB 2 or 3 does because of an elite corner.
I don't know, man. I don't foresee a John Harbaugh led team going out and smoking the Jets. Not the way they played it right now. Now, if they come out and they just change like they did in the second half of last year, which even the second half of last year was like, okay, but did y'all really get better, or did the teams y'all played just get worse? And I think it was just that the teams we played got worse, which is why that defense started looking
They got a lot
bad.
worse.
Exactly. But is that something we can really deal with? Is this team going and looking at and then freaking Fields is gonna run all over us from the quarterback position.
It feels healthy
to
though.
handle one of them quarterbacks.
I'm just saying it feels healthy because, like I said, he's been injury prone stuff. He just got out of concussion protocol, and he's still not clear to play this Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
So y'all might catch a break. So there's some optimism.
Wait, y'all can't hear me, right?
Yeah.
There is some
Really?
optimism, but I don't know if it's with good reason. See, we're not looking at optimism because of the potential the Ravens have to get better. We're looking at optimism because of the potential the opposing team has of being worse. So is that really a good thing for the Ravens? No.
The Ravens can
in
get
the
better
sense of
by
getting a
losing
win,
these games
yes,
and firing
but
Harbaugh.
They ain't happening.
that's my thought process.
That's my prayer.
A lot of people say it's not going to happen unless we miss the playoffs.
I'll take the next 4. I take the next 4 losses if we get rid of Harbaugh.
I agree. I already called us losing the next 3. So, that was last week.
I'll be damned if y'all lose against the Bears. I can't see y'all losing against the Bears. The Bears,
I
bro.
can.
The Bears.
Bears
Bears
are getting better and better by the week.
Is Caleb Williams using acrylic? Is that why they get?
They redid that offensive line. Like we should have.
They did. They rebuilt that offensive line in the offseason. And while yes,
So one
people are
person
still
went to the
getting to him,
Redskins, but they've got 4 good people to replace him.
I'm telling you.
Peace, Chris. Hope you have fun tonight, Chris.
Enjoy your night. Thanks for dropping through.
And babe, I know they won, but the Ravens, Lamar is better than any player on the Bears have, bar none. That should be enough.
It should have been enough to beat the Lions, but it wouldn't.
Now the Lions is a different story.
How though?
Because
the same thing you're saying about what I want to point you to is the same thing you're saying about how could the Vikings and Justin Jefferson be the ones to beat us, Amon-Ra St. Brown just did the same damn thing to us with the Lions.
But that's Amon-Ra though.
But that's Justin Jefferson. No.
And
Amon-Ra is not even considered to be the best player in the league or the
and-
best receiver in the league. Justin Jefferson is.
Right, and I'm saying though, well, the first off, y'all allowed, which I don't know why. 'Cause I warned y'all about Jameson Williams. Y'all look, all y'all say Kyle Hamilton, Starks, everybody was back to us when Jameson was going straight. Then found that soft zone. I don't know why y'all was playing zone, because that's what Jameson is specialized in because of his speed. After that,
Because we can't play man.
Y'all can't play man. Harbaugh or Zach Orr just choosing not to.
Who? With who?
No, you know what the problem is? I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. Marlowe's the starting slot cornerback. He can't cover shifty guys.
I'm not gonna lie. That one route that Amon-Ra had to a fade route to the end zone. I'm not gonna lie.
Corner.
That was nasty.
That corner.
That was nasty as hell. I ain't gonna hold it.
Yeah, Marlowe can't cover that shit.
But that was just a great route, though.
Yeah, but Marlowe can't cover that. Marlowe can't cover shifty guys. He's never shown the ability to cover shifty guys.
And it's not even that he's slow, because on that rundown, he outran everybody.
Yeah, he ran track. People forget Marlowe used to run track. So running in a straight line is
fast. He's just not
goal
shifty.
for him.
Marlowe is cornerback Owe.
Okay, so put Nate Wiggins, a former first-round cornerback.
Nate Wiggins can't cover the slot. Nate Wiggins is one of those corners that uses his speed to make up for gaps. So he watches the defender. He watches the receiver, and then uses his speed and athleticism to cut the play off. They don't have a guy they don't have an actual slot cornerback.
What's his name? Awuzie? I mean, can he do something?
Chidobe Awuzie, outside corner. That's where he played for the Cowboys for years.
Jair Alexander, TJ Tampa. Somebody, damn it.
Jair
outside corner.
Is emotionally
TJ Tampa,
damaged
outside
right
corner.
Well, not right.
Jair has emotional damage.
That's true.
So I know in that play that was it 4th and 1 or something like that. Listen, I get it on that play. Marlowe sold out for the run. Everybody sold out for the run. Why are you selling out for the run as a cornerback when you're literally talking to the other corner? Hey, you take this guy. I'm gonna take this guy. You still should be expecting him to go out for the pass.
So guess what?
But yes, I get that. It is what it is with that one.
So it's a communication issue, which could be fixed.
But it's not communication. You communicated with the corner. You take him, and then when the ball was hiked, you forgot about him and tried to stop the run. So you made a deal, and then you negated your own deal. Like, hey, I got him, you got him. All right, cool, bet. As soon as the ball gets hiked, oh shit, I think it's a run, and you think you peanut.
It's just like that,
and try to run up.
Yeah, it's just like that one play where they ran a toss, and Kyle Hamilton started backpedaling to his left, and they ran a toss play to the right. It was like, Kyle, what the fuck are you doing? Then he turned around, saw that they was running the opposite way, and ran over and made the tackle. But it's like, bro, what are you doing? At this point, they're being trained, and there was another play where Laporta was lined up right outside of Mike Green. You drop Mike Green back. He dropped back facing the wrong way, left Laporta wide open.
Yeah, these linebackers drop into the coverage.
Way, he gets an interception. It's literally just a matter of they're being coached. Hey, this is the scheme. This is what you do. I don't care what the offense looks like. You drop back and you cover this area.
Right. These guys are dropping back into space and not dropping back and covering crossers and hook routes that are right behind them.
You know how many plays in that game? Go back and watch that game, and you'll see Teddy and Rowe drop back right next to each other in the middle of the field, and then slowly start to move outward. They didn't even go to an area where a receiver was. They just dropped back to the middle, was having a conversation. Hey man, how was your night yesterday? And then somebody runs right into him. Is
like they don't run zone properly. When they drop back on zone, you're supposed to drop back to the closest threat. And if a threat is in front of you, then you run up to that threat. These guys literally drop back 7 yards and just kind of stand there and meander around. Meanwhile, the tight end's crossing 3 yards behind them. They don't even know.
It was terrible. He shouldn't have been. And I don't know if you caught it. I was pointing out to them, Jared, there was a play where Mike Green and Tavius Robinson dropped back in the coverage.
At the same time.
The same time. And you sent your you sent Rowe and Teddy to rush the passer. Like that was gonna help. It was like what was the thought process in that? You think switching them out and trying to catch them off guard with who was coming and who wasn't was gonna do something at that point? Like
let's get to the important part of tonight that we need to talk about. What's up to boy Kyle Hamilton talking about we spoiled after he swore they was gonna be as good as the 2000 Ravens defense?
Man,
he got real light skinned after he got that money.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what it is, right? You got to backtrack your statement somehow without either blaming your teammates or making yourself look bad. So what you do is you come at the fans, right? Oh, y'all spoiled. Y'all just used to having a number one defense. Hey, we used to having a number one defense because we paid the number one defenders. What are y'all doing? Y'all got paid. Y'all dead last.
Right, you the number one paid defender in the league. Isn't he the number one non-quarterback paycheck in the league right now?
I believe so. I think he might be. He's definitely up there.
I thought it was Myles Garrett or T.J. Watt or Micah.
No, we paid we paid Kyle Hamilton after they paid Myles Garrett.
He's getting like $100 million.
I know that.
Close to it.
Well, the guarantees or something else.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle is let's be honest, man.
He's the top safety.
They're all jokes right now.
Well, yeah,
they're all jokes right now because
but to say the Ravens
Marlowe,
Ravens
Calvin,
fans are
those guys
spoiled.
Yeah, Micah Parsons. Yeah. Oh, right.
All those guys just go get on their little podcast after. You know, the league is dudes back in the day played like the league was all they had. This was the money. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything after football or not. Nowadays, they're doing things during football, so it seems like half the time they don't care as much. You see more players now making business decisions than they did back in the day, and that term is famous from our boy Deion Sanders. He made business decisions. He wasn't going to go out there and tackle every big dude out there, but it was because he wanted to prolong his career, right? Not because I got a podcast to do tomorrow. I ain't trying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what's my dog? No, was it Doug Baldwin or going to like one of them? Like he would slide as early as he can after he caught the ball. He's like, I ain't trying to do this shit. I ain't trying to get hit.
Well, I'm talking about Hollywood.
Hollywood still does that.
Hollywood do that. Marvin Harrison would do that, and
yeah, there's a lot of guys that was not trying to take those hits if they didn't have to. And I
tell you something. Reggie Wayne would see Sean Taylor and be on the ground before he caught the ball.
And can you blame him?
I'll say,
can you blame him? I don't blame him. I just think
I'd have had an illness every time we played Sean Taylor. I'd have been sick than a dog.
It just looks like to me.
No, but with
the defense don't care about the game as much as they used to. That's the reason why it's become an offensive game. They started to see that the defenses was like, oh, we ain't gonna hit hard no more. And then, especially once they put all these rules in to stop you from making certain types of hits, I think the defense just kind of like stopped caring for the most part.
I mean,
all right, as long as we wrap up and make a tackle.
Look, tell that to Aaron Donald. When he retired, everybody was literally in tears, happy tears, celebrating, cutting backflips.
That's because Aaron Donald was bench pressing people whole offensive lines.
Bruh, if he lined up against our offensive line right now,
oh dear God, Lamar,
we would die. Could you imagine Aaron Donald and Michael Parsons on the same team rushing after Lamar? It would be goddamn. I'd probably have to give Lamar food poisoning before the game just to save his life.
And Lamar,
you can't go out there.
I'm about to say, let me give you the Michael Jordan treatment. Eat this pizza before they got the game tomorrow. Why? Just do it.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. This team needs to find whatever it's
Jesus.
missing. The thing is, the thing that is missing doesn't lie within the head coach. See, when the Ravens had Brian Billick, he was a dog. He was a ish talker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was a please go punch him in the mouth type of guy. Harbaugh's not that dude. Harbaugh's the dude that said, hey, listen, when he stomp on our logo, I don't want you to say nothing. I'll take care of it. And he gonna go out there and complain, hey man, that wasn't respectful. All right. Don't stomp on our stuff. And then
we need to get that defensive
MP not on
coordinator
the
back.
squad.
I'd rather have old boy. Who's the defensive coordinator we had? 0 blitzes all the time before Mike McDonald. I'd rather have him as a head coach than Harbaugh.
Rex Ryan.
No, after Rex. He went to the Giants.
Don Wink Martindale.
I'll take Don. Yeah, I'd take Don as a head coach over Harbaugh. At least we'll knock the motherfucker out.
Don said we sit at everybody every play.
If you stepped on our logo, I'm telling you, Don would have went over there to MP, said, hey, go talk to the defense, let them know, knocking nigga shit loose. It'd have been a problem. It'd have been a bloodbath.
Hey, so that was the thing, though. If you remember, MP was the first one to run over to that logo and stomp on it when that game was over when we won. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. And Harbaugh hated every bit of that. Just like when we were screwing up, MP would go get right in Harbaugh's face. He can't stand that shit. He can't.
That's what I'm saying. Don would have been like, go get him.
Exactly. I agree. John can't stand him up for challenges
for shit like that.
John don't like that shit at all. Like John get nervous when the player challenges him.
Right.
He starts trying to calm niggas down.
Shut the fuck up, old ass nigga. All right.
And that's exactly what it feel like. How the conversation
Marcus is a
go back and watch that argument between MP and Harbaugh. Hilarious. Harbaugh never had a shot in that argument. MP went off, slammed his helmet down and everything. Harbaugh don't like that shit. He gets scared.
Did we ever get the audio from that argument?
I don't know if we ever got the audio from it, but he looked scared.
I would have paid money to get the audio.
You seen his face? Hold on. You seen his face when Deontay Johnson said, I ain't going out there. When we was playing that game, we getting blown out by Philly. By the time we was getting, he was like, yo, let me go in. Let me go. Bateman got hurt. He's like, put me in. This man said, not yet. Okay. End of the game comes. We down, I think it was like 17 at the time with like 2 minutes left.
Yep.
Hey, all right, Deontay, go ahead in. Bro said,
I
ain't going in
we
there.
getting clapped. I'm not getting hurt messing with y'all.
I'm not doing that. No. John's like, okay. Kick rocks, John.
Can you imagine going in there down 17 with 2 minutes left and you go in that motherfucker tear your MCL or some shit like that? In a year where you ain't got no contract the next year, you'll be mad in a bit.
Yeah, nah, it wasn't. It was to a point where it wasn't worth it. It was not worth it at all.
My man Jared said he want to get in on this.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to drop him the link now.
Don't forget y'all still got to do 7-on-7.
We'll hold that for next week.
Oh yeah, y'all ducking that wreck because I won the first week.
No, not at all. I think we're just not prepared for it tonight, and we started extra late.
Yeah.
So, well, you know what I'm saying. Do what we doing, and let's be real. We ain't do half of the show we were supposed to do thus far.
But look, we needed to know
all about these Ravens. We need to let it out.
Exactly. I need to let it out.
I only got about 7 weeks left, so you know.
Yeah, well, I'm all out of strawberries and pineapples. So
Mind you, he bought 64.
yeah, damn.
No, I'm just playing.
First of all, I wish it was a
Oh,
16
man.
piece.
He said, "I wish."
Or was it 18?
Listen, I'm one of those ones that like I look at the Lions game, I look at the Bills game, and I look at the Browns game, right? I look at the Bills and I say, we look like we were a force at some point, and then we give it 22 in the fourth. I look at the Browns game and I go, we sucked in the first half. We were garbage. That good defense shut us out in the first half. But in the second half, we kind of recovered. And then I look at the Lions game, and we got owned from the word go. So we've lost in every facet. Obviously we beat the Browns, but we've darn near lost in every facet that you could. The one game we won was because we were front running against the Browns. So if we're not front running against a good team, we lose because we give it 22 in the fourth with the Bills.
But look, to be fair, Sonic and Knuckles on the Lions had the Chaos Emeralds. Okay, that's the only reason.
They didn't.
Yeah,
Aiden Hutchinson had the Chaos Emeralds. The other defensive lineman that we don't even know had a Chaos Emerald.
Now, Aiden Hutchinson
didn't have a good game like that.
Aiden Hutchinson was just Shadow being Shadow.
Gibbs ain't even.
Their linebacker took Falele, threw him all the way back to Lamar, and then just pushed him off with one hand and told him, "Hey, come here, let me talk to you."
Sounds like Reggie White.
And hit him with the Akuma jump, where Akuma just slides up, and you get a 50-hit combo, and then the screen turns back, and you just see Akuma standing there. That's what Lamar Jackson got after Falele got thrown to the side.
The way
it literally looked like when Morrow showed up in Dragon Ball Super.
But look, at least the announcer didn't sound like the voice in Mortal Kombat saying Hutchinson wins, flawless victory. At least you didn't hear that.
He might as well.
No, he was in Tekken going great.
Oh man. Hey, let me take this minute. Welcome Jared into the show. Jared, what's going on, my boy?
What's going on, Big Reg? 86, J6. What's going on, brothers?
What's up, Jared?
What's good, Jared?
Man, but you know what? I'm kind of, and I said this on Coach Sip the Tally show when I called in one day. I said, "You ever been mad but you're calm because you're so frustrated what's going on?"
That's me now.
Because we've been exactly. We've been. Go ahead, J6.
I'm about to say that's Panthers fans for you, so like we're used to it.
Right. Everybody's in the Raven space as far as content creators that we mess with anyway. Being saying what's going on. Just being real. We've been complaining about the offensive line. We complaining about we're not getting the pass rush. We've been complaining about the questionable play calling and the questionable game time decisions that the head coach been making. Nothing is being done. So now we're in a position where all their little bullshit band-aids is not working. So now it's going to be interesting. If we lose to the Chiefs, we're going to see what the front office, what Biscotti and them is going to have to do, because it's obvious. It's obvious what the issue is. It's very obvious.
It is.
Now, I will say this. You know how much I can't complain. I can't stand the offensive guard play. But the first thing we need to attack is the pass rush. We need to get a pass rush. because I don't care how. And I brought this up. Was it yesterday on Lunch Break Hot Take? Y'all remember
Yeah.
we had Terrell Suggs and everyone?
Oh no, it was Wednesday.
Yeah,
yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Terrell Suggs, people like Terrell Suggs back in the gap. We made Frank Walker, Fabian Washington, Corey Ivy look like decent corner DBs, and we all knew they wasn't. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, they were talented. They made it in the NFL, but as far as the Chris McAllisters or even the Jimmy Smiths, they was not. But because we had dudes that knew how to get in the quarterback's face and make them uncomfortable, you know,
yeah,
we made them look good.
Right.
And I'm a rage you one. We talk shit about Brandon Stevens, and don't get me wrong, he's been playing trash. If we would, let's say we had a pass rush, don't matter if Brandon Stevens was back there.
You're right.
You know what I mean? It wouldn't matter.
You're right.
But because Tavius Robinson's not getting back there, Matabike, even when he was healthy, wasn't consistent. Always is not getting back there consistently. So it's like
always getting pressure, as they say in the industry.
He didn't against the Lions. He didn't against the Lions.
Say that with a full face. I couldn't even finish that sentence with a full face. I can't do it.
I'm so I'll be so desperate, fellas.
I don't think Beats played versus Lions.
Yeah. I'm so desperate. I want to see what somebody like Malik Ham can do. Bring him out to practice squad. That's how bad our pass rush has been.
I'll say this: it's not only the players. I think it's the scheme too, because it's like me and B were talking about earlier.
Coaching.
They were contained rushing against Jared Goff. Like for what reason? Because Jared's not a threat. He's not a threat to run.
Damn, Jerry, you gonna take that?
Play. So, like, what are we doing that we're like, okay, we're gonna contain rush and still get there? No, we're not. Like our guys aren't that. We don't have that guy for us to be like, all right, contain rush, and so is still gonna get there. And then you're not bringing in your personnel is not. You're not switching up your personnel often enough because your D linemen are getting worn out and tired, right? And you're not bringing in. I feel like these people should have been in that game a lot more with as much as they was passing the ball, because guess what his specialty is? Pass rush. So you put him out there, right? And you put whatever other D tackle you can get out there next to him to pass rush. Matter of fact, you slide Tavius Robinson inside. Let Tavius and Peebles rush from the inside. You get Mike Green on one edge, and then on the other edge, I don't want to say away because he's not going to do nothing anyway. But I say you get Trenton Simpson on the other edge. Let him rush.
Always a lot better.
That boy is a bull. That boy is a bull with raw talent, bro. Speed is crazy. The man ran the 4.3 and it shows on the field when he's playing. It's not like he ran a 4.3 or a 4.4 and it don't look like it. Trenton's got and that's what he did in college best, was rush the passer and then drop back into coverage. Why are you trying to force him to be a will linebacker?
He did it in high school. He was played running back a little bit in high school. So, I mean,
so why are you trying to force this kid to be a will linebacker? Even if you want him to come out and be a third safety, he can do that better.
You do know Owe has a higher win percentage against guards and centers than he does tackles for some reason.
Listen, I've been telling y'all to slide Jason. I've been saying slide Jason inside. Y'all thought I was playing. Now I was partially, but it's it.
You did for a second say slide inside Jason, but we're gonna let it go.
Pause. That's crazy. That's because a lot of times when he's beating the guards and the centers, he's coming off of like he's wrapping off of the edge. So he started outside and then moved inside, and they wasn't expecting him, and he's got speed enough to get around him.
Yeah.
So that's where majority of that center guard pressure comes from with him. But when he's going head up against anybody, he gets stonewalled unless he can get a jump start on him. So for me, always one of those guys. You could take him and Trenton Simpson and line them up in like a wide 9. That way they got the distance and the speed to start out over the tackle, and they're going to get there every play. They're gonna. I mean, I know Trenton will. I don't know if Oweh will, but Trenton will at least because he's got that 4.3 speed. But throw Trenton out there in a wide 9. Man, listen, that boy will eat because they didn't leave that. Part of the problem was they didn't leave that base defense the entire game. That base 4-2-5 or 2-4-5, whatever you want to call it, they did not leave that all game. And they barely rotated guys in and out. So that equals guys being tired. You never ran a nose tackle, not once, which, by the way, is what Travis Jones, one of the things he's known for is being a nose tackle. And he got double teamed every play, but you refuse to put your other big tackle in there with him. Why wouldn't you put Jenkins in there with Travis Jones?
That I'm not even going to blame that on Orr. I'm going to blame your middle linebacker who makes $100 million. Who it was so many times. I don't know if Coach did the film session on this yet, but I'm watching Travis stalemate 2 guys. He's taking 2 guys. He's only 2 yards off the line of scrimmage, and Rowe somehow runs up and walks into the guy coming off the double team into the guard who's pushing up. You're supposed to get around that guard. Travis is
he's not shooting gaps.
I'm getting my ass kicked for you to still run into the same block. At least you could have came earlier and helped me in the first place, and maybe I could have defeated the block one-on-one.
Yeah, he's not rushing. He's not hitting gaps at all. Bro,
he's not making the offensive lineman whiff their blocks. He's running right into
no. Yeah. He's not.
And if you're gonna do that, do it from the beginning.
And
if he does it from the beginning, Travis can at least win some of them blocks one-on-one and make a play in the backfield.
It's true. This is true because we've seen what Travis can do against one-on-one blocks for the most part. If he's not worn down, Travis is bench pressing offensive lineman back into the quarterback. Right? But it's one of those things where he's doing his job. Travis is asked to take on double teams so that the linebackers can make plays. Y'all know where that started at? That started from Ray Lewis. Okay?
Yeah.
Ray Lewis said, get me a big nose tackle in front of me so he can eat up blocks and I can make plays. Well, problem is your linebackers now aren't making plays. Yes, he's had 2. Yes. And your guys now just aren't making plays. While the D-line's eating up the blocks, you're doing nothing.
No, I'm going to correct you. He had 3 of them in his career. He had Tony Siragusa, Big Sam Adams, and Hote Nada.
Facts.
And Kelly Gregg.
The thing is, Tim McDonald.
And Brandon, don't forget Brandon Williams towards the end of his career.
Right.
Yeah, Brandon Williams.
He didn't do it. Tim McDonald didn't. Mike McDonald didn't even do it that way. He put Travis Jones out there to take the double teams and let Matabike get them 10 sacks.
Not only Matabike, right?
Which
he
is
set up Kyle Renoy, Matabike, and even Oweh to go out there and eat while Travis took double teams. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing as a defensive coordinator, and he wasn't running no 2-4-5, 3-4. We were running a 3-4 defense with Mike McDonald. We stuck to the 3-4 defense, and he knew how to make them boys rush. So you seen basically when we came out on our base 3-4, you seen Travis Jones was at nose. You had Matabike on one side, and then you had another down lineman on the other side, and then you had your 2 edges. And we came out in that set every play, and it worked. We got pressure. Guys couldn't run up the middle because we had a guy there to clog the middle. But they just won't do it now. They won't even touch it.
You know what the biggest issue is on the defense side of the ball? We don't have a lot of football player as far as the IQ. Like Ray Lewis was smart. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hote Nada was smart. Tony Siragusa was smart. Hote Nada was smart. You know, I'm not gonna make the play, but I'm gonna occupy this center and the guard so the linebackers behind me can go hunt.
Yeah,
we got a lot of.
We don't have the playmakers either.
Right. Yeah,
we don't have playmakers either.
Those are playmakers. To my point.
I mean, but we don't have the guys that beat the X's and O's. We don't have an Ed Reed that this play's drawn up this way to beat this play. That's
my point.
And then we had all that one guy who's just gonna bust that game out. We have Kyle Hamilton, and he's the only guy where
IQ.
If a play
Right. He's the only guy who can bust the play up, even though it's drawn up properly. He can still mess the play up for the offense. We don't have anybody besides him who can do that.
But that's my point. IQ. That's where it's come. We don't have an Ed Reed back there that's can run across the field because he know what the quarterback is going to throw it to.
I mean,
you know,
we don't even have it athletically though. Like not even a guy. We don't even have that one guy. Hey, hit the guard on his left side and blow the play up in the backfield. We don't have that.
No, we don't.
I was just explaining to my lady just the other day. Kyle Hamilton, while a very good player, I think people miss what his weaknesses, or what his strengths, the difference is between his strengths and weaknesses, right? So people talk about how he can go sideline to sideline and all that. But I continue to tell people, yes, he can cover grass like it's nobody's business, but he can't cover a person to save his life. You put him in man coverage, he's barbecue chicken.
Barbecue
He's
chicken.
cooked.
Yeah.
And you could take a guy like Ed Reed and put him in man coverage and be okay. You can't do that. You can't do that with Kyle Hamilton.
You gotta tell him this is your area.
According to the tape, you can't do that with Starks either. So now you got two safeties who cover grass but can't cover a person. What are you gonna do with that?
I'm gonna need Starks to fix his hands because he definitely could have had a couple of interceptions by now. But
yeah,
I'm gonna give him by next year because I have a little grace with Starks. He's trying to still. I know they trying to kiss his ass talking about he got the IQ, but he's still trying to have the game catch up, trying to catch up with the speed of the game and the knowledge. So I'm gonna give him just a little bit of grace.
He said
just a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's understandable for Starks. That's
just a skosh.
Completely understand it, right? Because he did prove to be a intelligent player in college. It's, I guess, can he pick up the NFL the same way, right? There'll never be another Ed Reed. We know that.
Never.
But can you pick up the NFL good enough to where you can read a play and see what's going to happen ahead of time? I don't know what just happened with him.
Yeah, we lost Brandon.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back. But it's still a matter of the rest of the guys, right?
He said he'll be back.
If you got two safeties who can only cover grass, right? I believe that's the reason why they run so much zone, by the way. Because I don't believe they trust in their corners to run man coverage. And because otherwise you run a cover 2 man constantly. And I just don't think they can do it. Right. So you kind of put yourself in this position where, okay, Kyle's supposed to be a box safety now. And Starks is supposed to be the deep safety because that's the reason why they drafted him. They wanted him to be the deep safety and Kyle be the box safety. But Kyle's doing things, like I said in that other play, where it's a clear run play. They're running a toss to their left, and Kyle turns his hips to his left, which is the offense's right, and starts backpedaling out of the play. Where are you going? Nothing about that play signified pass. The receivers didn't even take off from the line. They just started blocking. But why are you backpedaling? It's like he just wasn't thinking, and they said, "Oh, they're running the ball," and turned around and ran over and made the play. That's where his athletic gifts help because he can make up for his mistakes. But that's the point. That's the problem I've had with him is that he does have mental lapses. He does make those mistakes.
And that's where coaching comes in.
And we don't have the coaching to fix it.
Exactly. Damn. And I root for the brother Zach Orr, man, but it's bad. He said it's gonna get better, but man, he gotta change everything. The scheme. He gotta coach a lot of those players up. He gotta scheme some
scheme, by the way.
Which
was John Harbaugh's scheme. It's all forms of John Harbaugh's scheme, but yeah.
No, we a DMP. We need some of that Mike McDonald schemes.
Yeah, he's running that bend don't break zone that DMPs used to run. And problem is the shit's broken all the way
Yeah,
broken.
Andrew Dalton was the one that broke that shit. You remember he
Mhm.
threw? Remember that year we had Eric Weddle, and
Yep.
all we had to do was beat the damn Bengals to make it to the playoffs.
Yep.
Andrew Dalton just threw over the damn zone
Mhm.
to AJ
Dropped it right.
Green.
Yep. Dropped it right into AJ Green. It's gonna continue to go that way because that's just the way Baltimore is right now. I remember years ago, John Harbaugh made a statement when they were talking about, they were asking him about changing coordinators, if it would be hard to change coordinators in the middle of the season and stuff like that. And he goes, his exact quote was, well, I'm not gonna say exact, but I'm gonna get it as close as I possibly can. He goes, well, no matter what coordinator comes in, we really just run the same, kind of a different form of the same scheme. So basically what you're saying is when these coaches come in, you say, here's my scheme. This is what you're going to run, but you could put your little touches on it.
Yeah.
Which means you're not going to get anything different from year to year because all you're doing is having them maybe change the wording up a little bit, and maybe one or two pieces they'll get shifted over, but you're really just running the same thing over and over again. And then you wonder why our offense and defense is so predictable. Right? The only thing that's ever been, think about it, since John Harbaugh has taken over, the only time we've ever been unpredictable on either side of the ball was when we had Kubiak on offense because he demanded to run his offense.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we had Don Wink Martindale as the defensive coordinator because he wanted to blitz every play. He refused to just drop back into zone coverage. He said, I'm going to man up and I'm going to blitz. And you're not going to know where my blitz is coming from. So
Right.
whether it was a 0 or he sent 6 or he sent 5, he blitzed every play. But that was the only 2 times we had anything original on this team. Everything else, since John Harbaugh's come in, has been his scheme, his way, and guys adapt to that.
Can
and
I be
he's doing the
honest
same
with
thing
you?
with the players. Yeah.
And shout out to D Weezy. He said Ravens we're number 28 for the
Tied for
fewest sacks in
28
the league.
fewest sacks in the league. Yeah.
Damn, man. That's so what we need to do like we did 2012. There's some genius offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. Well, not offensive coordinators, excuse me. But Todd Monken's doing all right. But as far as defense, there's some defensive coordinators somewhere saying, damn, they may not have the best pad rushers, but I would do this different.
Absolutely.
And we just need to, like we did in 2012 on the offensive side of the ball, where Jim Caldwell, we fired, and I always, was Cam Cameron.
Cam
We
Cameron,
fired
yeah.
Cam Cameron, and Jim Caldwell was like, oh, hell, I'm in heaven. And you see what happened, right?
Mm-hmm. And you know what the problem is, though? And this was already pointed out. I mean, Hendo says this, I think, every chance he gets. John Harbaugh's not going to hire anybody that could possibly take his job at this point. Because there was already the scare with Jim Caldwell. Once he came in and did that good, he started getting all the head coach offers immediately.
Yeah.
And it's just the Ravens liked Harbaugh so much at the time. They were like, oh, well, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And he was bringing in. That's why, because if you remember back then, all of our coaches were getting taken for head coaching jobs and coordinator positions left and right. And I think John was constantly nervous back then. But since he's full-fledged taking over this team, where he doesn't have the Ray Lewis and those guys on the field, where he's like in control of everything. Since then, it hasn't been the same. We haven't always had these coordinators and stuff getting picked up for jobs until Lamar Jackson.
And people don't get it, man. You hear some of these commentators on the news that we talk about some not Jim Caldwell, but John Harbaugh is a good coach, man. But trying to kind of kiss his ass. But
Yeah.
OG Raven fans know, man. John Harbaugh is not no heck of a coach. It took the OGs, and shout out to Anquan Bolton on that interview, that he pretty much said it, that all the OGs had to get together in the meeting, come to Jesus meeting. Ray Lewis, Hotenada, Ed Reed, him, himself, everyone. Terrell Suggs got in the meeting and said, hey, we got the pieces to win. We need to get rid of Cam Cameron. We need to make a change now.
Yep.
Look,
Yep.
And that's what I want, like Lamar to do. That's what I've been kind of begging for, because, like I said, we all been saying the same thing for years now. I'm like, hey man, Lamar, you know, EDC, John Harbaugh don't have your best interest. Either one, put the team on your back, like I said, have that come to Jesus meeting with the rest of the, well, Kyle Hamilton, I guess.
Right.
Because
the one dude that matters other than you, right?
yeah, or well, look, you got D-Hop, so you may get some seriousness. But anyway, back on track. Either have a come to Jesus meeting, have everybody, win despite of Harbaugh, like the 2012 squad did, or demand a trade.
You know what? Here's the thing, right? I feel like Lamar is too humble for that, but as you see him getting more frustrated, that side of him might come out.
This may be a good thing. I agree.
I have never seen Lamar this frustrated in years past, like this frustrated visibly.
And the other thing too, right? It kind of makes me wonder: can we really blame EDC for what's going on with this team, or is he just another puppet? Is he just getting what John Harbaugh likes? Because that's what that's what a majority of
that's what
guys
I've been saying
do.
But that will fall on him too. He got to have the gonads, the testicular fortitude to say, no, I don't think that's gonna work, John.
We know damn well he don't have.
I know. I'm just saying.
That's his next door neighbor.
That's my point.
His next door neighbor. They hang out at the fence.
Even if he does, the owner is going to back John Harbaugh.
Hey Jay, that's legit too. That's not even like, I'm not even joking. They really are next door neighbors. They hang out at the fence and talk to each other. Their families know each other, everything.
There you go.
They barbecue together, all that.
I'm not going to that nasty ass barbecue, man.
So it's legit a situation where John Harbaugh is like, this is who I want. This is who I want to get. And EDC's like, all right, let's do it. Why you think about it? What other GM would have fully backed their quarterback saying, oh, we're not, remember John Harbaugh made that whole statement, we're not gonna beg for any wide receivers to come here. And we don't want guys that's gonna complain when they're not getting the ball. Remember, EDC fully backed him on it, didn't make a comment about it. He kind of just said, like, well, you heard what he said. When they said, well, what did you think about that statement? He's like, he's the coach. You heard what he said. Because that's the facts, right? Anytime you see a GM who doesn't get along with his head coach, that head coach is usually on the way out the door, right? It's time to make a change. He's on the way out the door. But that's not the case with Harbaugh because, well, they're best friends.
I mean, we've seen GM. Trust me, I've seen GM malpractice. Like, look, Scott Fitterer were just here not too long ago. So, trust me, I get it. I do.
I was listening to a content creator. Go ahead.
Gotta switch over my audio real quick. All right, I'm back. My headphone died on me real quick.
Oh man,
gotta get the jack.
I'm actually using Bluetooth earbuds, buddy. Not legit headphones. They last for hours, but
I haven't charged them in a while. As I was saying, exactly. So you don't have to worry about charging, none of that bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, but I keep them on my desk with all these chargers anyway. But yeah, I feel you on the jack, but I can't do it.
Hey fellas, let me know if you agree with this. I was
Mm.
listening to someone, right, and they said that they don't care what happened if the whole team blows up, as long as we keep Lamar Jackson.
That ain't happening.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind it either. I mean, keep Lamar and keep some of the young pieces that are, you invested in that wide receiver, running back, stuff like that.
And to give
But
context, like trade away some of these big contracts that we
yeah,
wasted money on, and basically just restructure and
yeah, no, I'm 100% on board with that. And the main reason why is because a couple years ago, and this is another reason why, us as Ravens fans, we always complain that we're always going out and getting these vets that nobody else want. Well, the reason for that is because, and keeping guys that we think we should let go too. The reason for that is because, again, your head coach John Harbaugh has outright stated that he wouldn't be on board with a full rebuild of this roster. So that he would retire. He would more than likely retire if the Ravens went into full rebuild. So with that being the case, I'm all for a full rebuild. Let him leave. Let him leave. And then there's a stat that goes around. No quarterback head coach combo wins a Super Bowl if they haven't won it in their first 5 years together. Well, guess what? We're on like year 7, 8,
mm-hmm.
and it's just not going to happen. It's time. You have to be the one to see that John Harbaugh is no longer the guy. He's past his prime years of coaching as far as this system goes. So we have to move past him in order to capitalize on what we have. Because you mentioned Todd Monken was doing pretty good, and I kind of went, The reason I did that is because against the Lions, our most successful times on the field was when we ran 11 personnel and we got 3 receivers out on the field. We've ran that only a few times. And that was the few times we had big plays. Other than that, we were running 3 tight end sets.
Can I be honest with you? The only reason why I give Todd Monken grace is because of the guard play has been atrocious. Like a lot of the plays haven't given the chance to form because Falele and number 72 been barbecue chicken, depending on what type of defensive lineman been matched against them.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I mean, there was one play that really upset me where we went out there in like a 2 tight end set, and we had 2 receivers go out on the route, and that was it. And the tight end and the running back stayed in to block. And when you're taking away, if you're going to take away from his weapons to help block, then that alone should tell you that you need to make a change on the offensive line. And they still got the sack on that play, by the way. Just want to point that out. So you kept 5 linemen, running back, and 2 tight ends, or at least 1 tight end to stay. That was the play Mark Andrews tried to help block Aiden Hutchinson. And it didn't happen. He got tossed. So you kept Mark Andrews, who's your top receiving threat at tight end right now until likely gets back. And you kept a running back and 5 linemen in to block for Lamar on a pass play and achieved nothing. Something has to change.
Yeah.
Something has to change.
And I'm kind of weird. I'm upset, but I'm kind of glad this is happening because all the Baltimore Ravens fans have been saying, been shouting to the heels of this, what's been going on for years. The whole world is now seeing it.
Mm-hmm. Listen, when you're in a point where Stephen A. Smith is saying that John Harbaugh is the problem, then I mean, come on. That's
Yeah.
the last guy you expect to come out and just be real about what's going on. And he did. He's like John Harbaugh is the one consistency. Everybody sees Harbaugh is the one consistency now. So how long till, as Jay calls him, Mr. Biscuits sees it? How long till Mr. Bisciotti sees that John Harbaugh is the problem? And here's the thing: I don't know if he cares because there's rumors that he's been looking to sell the team anyway. So does he care to fire a head coach and then have to hire a new one and all that? I don't think he cares. As long as they stay relevant enough to keep making them money until he
All I'm
sells.
saying is, look, Roger Goodell said, "Hey, our team could be in London very soon." So
No. They moved. The Ravens is one of the last teams you'll move to London only because the Ravens fans show up in Charlotte every year.
Fair enough.
If a franchise is going to move to London, it's going to be one where the fans don't even care about the team, or it's going to be a city that has multiple teams where one of them can go and nobody will care.
So Los Angeles.
Either Los Angeles, I would say New York, but that's split pretty much down the middle with the Jets and the Giants.
It's crazy they've been sharing the same fields.
Well, there's also Buffalo.
Well, yeah, Buffalo's out there too, but they are the only team that's actually in New York. Because remember, the Jets and Giants actually play in Jersey.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
I'm gonna say this, fellas. Whatever happens, if we lose against the Chiefs, which maybe is definitely a great possibility that may happen, it's gonna be interesting. What happens next in that Baltimore Ravens organization in that front office? It's gonna be very interesting.
To talk.
Yeah,
because we can't forget. I mean, as much as I say, I don't think Bisciotti cares anymore. He did come close to firing Harbaugh once.
and Lamar Jackson.
A guy named Lamar Jackson happened. Yes. So it could come to that point again in a heartbeat.
The people are starting to see it's the like for the Carolina. A lot of people was trying to say, "Oh, Bryce Young trash and everything." Now, when you get some weapons and maybe a okay offensive lineman around him, and he's starting to get hit targets. Oh, maybe this boy can play.
Oh,
yeah, not XL though. XL, yeah.
Yeah, Dan and Dave. Yeah, I mean, Dave. I give XL a couple more games. Then it's time to look forward towards it.
Well, yeah, I ain't talking about XL. I'm you know what I mean. I'm talking about the
we're talking about Bryce,
the Jalen Cokers and
Mr. Nalo
and Mr. Nalo. People like you give him that boy some targets, man. He can move you down the field, but
yeah.
My thing is, like, Bryce has proven that he can get to the end zone or red zone with ease. It's just the coaching plays and all that shit, and whatever XL be fucking up. That's the issue. But like, I'm not saying like is Bryce like is he going? Is he going to rally his team, around him like Lamar does, like Baker Mayfield does, like Josh Allen? Probably not, but I'm saying, can he get you? I'm saying, can he be a good game manager like a Alex Smith? Who's another good game manager? Like
I think he could be better than Alex Smith.
I don't know.
I like
Alex.
Pretty decent.
I like
Alex. I like Alex, but I think he could. I think he has the potential to be better. I'm not saying he's definitely better.
I'm saying I would like if Bryce Young's ceiling is what Jared Goff is now. I would not be mad because look.
Yeah, no, that's not bad at all.
All Jared Goff got to do. Yeah, all Jared Goff got to do is just, Mom, I'm on route open, great route. Oh man, Jamar Gibbs or Montgomery in the wheel route or underneath. Here you go. Oh man, Jameson Williams just cooked the corner on a 9 route.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's got one of the best jobs as a quarterback out there.
I say TJ Hawkinson find a hole in his own. There you go.
You know what? The Ravens have a similar problem to the Panthers, but I'm gonna say it's slightly different. We have no playbook inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah,
There's no playbook.
Yeah,
The Ravens have zero
That's
playbook
obvious.
inside the 5-yard line. Every play is roll out,
roll
sprint
out,
left, sprint right.
roll out.
What are we doing? Why are we sprinting Lamar out every play? The man finally listened to us one time and handed it off to Derrick Henry. He got stopped. Then he said, "All right, back to the sprint out."
Mark Andrews, are you ready? No.
They ran a false play from the shotgun inside the 5.
Yeah. That was tough.
Why? What are we doing? Then you want to run that stupid trick play where Derrick Henry passes the ball. He throws it straight to the defender. Tylan Wallace has to turn into a defensive player to knock the ball out. I'm like, what are we doing? Like,
I never get why these offensive coordinators make millions, and they screw up on play calling that a high school or middle school coach would easily make. Like that, the Marshawn Lynch goal line. I said when that happened,
I'm
when
still
they chose
pissed
to
at that
pass
shit.
it, right? Everybody
pissed.
that knows football is still pissed to this day. I know it's been
Facts.
years because when that happened, when I first watched it, I went to work, had to go to work that night, and we were talking about it in the break room. And I said every middle school and high school coach in this nation would have gave the ball to Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, of course.
But Marshawn Lynch he spoke on that. He said
Exactly.
they did not want him to be
it was
the
political.
guy going to Disney
Yeah.
World.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'Cause
they didn't want him to have the interview after the game.
he was a nigga that hold his nuts in the end. That's why.
Literally held it.
Like
Yeah.
it was said straight out
Oh,
that it was
man.
a political choice because he had already said that whole year he was having trouble with, he wouldn't stay for media.
I'm
He
not
wouldn't
trying
talk
to
to
get
media
but
and all that.
I still say
And,
that shit to this day. Like when I don't feel like talking.
Him and Pete Carroll got into it about that, and Pete Carroll knew if I give him the ball, they're gonna want to talk to him after the game. He's not gonna want to talk.
Yeah.
We got to make Russell Wilson a hero. You throw the ball, it gets picked off. Lo and behold, you just made your whole team losers. Everybody in their mama knew hand the ball off. But that though, I don't even put that on. I don't put that solely on Pete. I put that on Russ too. Because if you're Russ, you got to be smart enough to say, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm handing it off."
That's why I love Peyton Manning.
I can't wait
and
to
even though how much
man.
I didn't like Tom Brady back in the day, but I loved those two quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. When you if you're the offensive coordinator and you said some bullshit and then earpiece, Tom and Peyton like, I ain't doing that shit.
Yep.
That's what they're doing.
And that's what Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, and them. That's what they provided for John Harbaugh early on.
Yeah.
They was like, we ain't doing that. We changing that. Anquan Bolden did the same thing on the offensive side. Don't do that. That's stupid. Don't do that. He doesn't have that now. John doesn't have that now, and he needs it.
It was Ray Lewis that got Brian Billick fired.
Damn.
Y'all remember that? On the NFL Network, and they do those play bites, and it was and Ray Lewis. Right, it was the year right before Brian Billick got fired. Ray Lewis like, why would you do this, man? I've been playing this game for umpteen years. Why would you do this and that and this? And he was talking to Brian Billick.
Yeah. And you know what, Billick? That's because you know what a lot of people forget. Billick for most of his career was smart enough to just listen to the vets on the defense, right?
Right.
And that's because Billick was an offensive head coach.
Mm-hmm.
He was known for the whole reason he got brought in to head coach the Ravens was because of the high flying offense he had in Minnesota prior to being in Baltimore. He was offensive coordinator for Minnesota. Their offense was scoring like 30-something points a game. And they were like, oh, we need this in Baltimore. We have the defensive pieces. If we could get an offensive guy to come in here and coach this team, we can be a problem on offense. Well, lo and behold, he comes to Baltimore. He still has no clue how to build a fucking offense. Right? The offense was terrible.
Oh,
The
yeah.
offense was terrible. So the defense ended up, kind of taking over. Like, hey, we're not doing this. We're not doing that. We're not doing this. We're gonna
He
run
knew.
this.
I give him one thing, and maybe that wasn't him. Maybe the recruit, the talent people that surf. We knew how to find some damn running backs. We had Jamal Lewis, a young
Facts.
Priest Holmes. You know,
Facts. We could get running backs like it was nobody's business, and it was that way for if you
later
think about
Chester
it, it
Taylor.
was- Yep, it was that way all the way up until because we had Vontae Leach, we had all them dudes
Mm-hmm.
all the way up until Billick left. It was like that. After that, it became the numbers became slowly like lower and lower on what we were getting for running backs. We had Ray Rice, which we drafted that same year. We drafted Flacco.
Willis McGahee, he was eating with us.
Willis came and joined on. After that, it was our finding backs was finding veteran backs. After that, it wasn't really getting young guys. Like we thought we struck gold when we got J.K. and Gus Edwards. Well, that didn't really work out for us, right? And shout out J.K. because he's doing his thing in Denver now.
Nah.
Man, J.K. was a disappointment, man, and
It was just injuries, man.
all he had to do was just stay healthy, and he probably would have been one of the best running backs that we ever drafted in years. But he
And
couldn't stay
injuries is
healthy.
the reason he's not in the with the Chargers anymore. They let him go because he kept getting hurt.
Yeah.
But now he's in Denver doing his thing. And, I wish the
I'm
best
not-
for him.
Right, I wish the best, but it's only a matter of time until RJ Harvey to get subbed in because of a JK injury.
Oh, speaking of running backs,
Yeah, they scared the hell out of me.
my bad, bro. Speaking of running back, I want to say this, man, because Ravens fans is talk about some Derrick Henry is fucking he's cooked and he's washed up. No, let me. This is how you know y'all. A lot of people don't know football and don't know what they're looking at. What you're looking at is those long developing ass running plays, and on top, in addition to that, the offensive line is not blocking, and it's giving the linebackers or defensive line or whatever defenders enough time to swarm the running back and come up behind Derrick Henry and knock the fucking ball out.
Okay, I'm still trying to figure out on that play, like how the hell did
one better?
No, I'm saying how did
Aiden Hutchinson went after
literally-
Lamar. He went after Lamar, and the
he went after Lamar
so
missed,
long
and then got up
to set up the block. He had time to come back and get Derrick Henry. Who
That's what I was
did
trying to
not
figure. I'm
know
thinking like
that
I'm looking like,
Hutchinson
what
was
the
behind him at all.
And it goes to show what people know about Derrick Henry, right? Like, first off, as a defender, it shows that these defensive players are studying tape.
Exactly.
You have
If you
to
watch the way Derrick holds the ball, you got a chance to punch it out because he runs high. He holds the ball high. So there's always been this shot of punching the ball out when he runs the ball, right? Through his whole career. But the difference was his power picked up quicker because his speed picked up quicker. So he's getting older. So it's harder for him to build up that speed, right? But he needs blocks. He's always the problem with Derrick Henry, why he's always been follow his career. They always say it, the announcers always say it left and right. And I don't know why it took people so long to realize it, but the man doesn't get better till the second half usually because the defense is worn down. So now he's got time to run through and pick up speed and get going. The reason the Browns shut him down, the reason the Lions shut him down is because exactly what he was talking about. There was no offensive line help. If they're not going to block, they're going to get in there before Derrick Henry can get going, wrap his legs up, and bring him down. And you're going to get a guy that's going to just come in and punch at the ball because it's stagnant. It's not moving. And that all matters, right?
And he doesn't escape accountability. Of course, you need to hold on to that damn ball. But I'm just explaining the reason why these are happening. The offensive line play has been garbage. And then instead of just running like a quick running play, Ty on both the plays he's fumbled on. Not only has it been bad line play, the play has been long developing. It's been
Yeah,
a
no,
long developing
absolutely.
play.
Absolutely. And you're right, he's at fault too because he should be wrapping the ball. But you know what? You know what Derrick Henry has never done in his entire career? And it is I didn't believe this until I started trying to find it. He very rarely heads into a pile with two hands on the ball. Unless it's a nosedive where he's taking the ball like this. He never, if it's getting pitched to him, tossed to him, handed off to the side, he'll take it one hand immediately because he wants to get ready to stiff arm.
So you tell
So
me that he needs to hit that Jerome Bettis.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do when you're heading into the hole. That's how you're taught to run the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, you're taught to grab and then tuck tight against the body. If you watch Derrick, he holds the ball up and out like this.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And maybe it's because his arms is big as hell, and he's tall as 6'4".
No, that ain't got nothing to do how big. Because Tiki Barber had the same issue.
You know, you're right.
Adrian Peterson had a problem, even though dominant he was. He did have a fumbling issue.
Ricky Williams,
so he'll squeeze your hand off.
Yep, Ricky Williams. They try to blame it on he had little hands, but how he hung on to the ball, but he cleaned it up though when he got older.
Yeah, and what the teams are looking at now is, hey, the Ravens are struggling to block, and Derrick holds that ball high and out. You can knock that ball out, and they notice now.
I'm gonna need him to stop watching LaShawn McCoy videos because he's doing the exact thing that he did. You all know Shady had a terrible fumbling problem.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. I forgot about that. He sure did.
Yeah. And you know what? Go back and watch. I beg you to watch the three plays where he fumbled this year. The one against the Lions, he's got his right arm. He's got the ball up and out here. He's got his right arm pushing the linemen and pushing defenders with his right hand. Don't worry about that. Let the lineman try to do his job, and you go ahead and put two hands on the ball and you squeeze through there.
Trash, crazy.
Same thing when he ran against the Browns where he was running to the right. It was one of those where he ran into a group of guys and they swung down, punched the ball out. It's because he only had one hand on the ball. You're going into a pile of guys with one hand on the ball. That's just what he does. That's how Derrick runs, and defenses are picking up on it. And they're picking up on it because they know the Ravens can't block. See, with the Titans had a good offensive line. They had run blockers. They had road graders. They was getting out there. They was getting the block. And all they knew, we just had to fire off real quick and let him get that initial gap, and we were good to go. The Ravens just can't do that. And they're in the mix of, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted us to get either Josh Jacobs or Saquon Barkley instead, is because the Ravens have quietly switched over to a zone run scheme. Hence why they got smaller linemen, except for Falele. They switched to smaller linemen like Linderbaum, like Voorhees, you know what I'm saying, like Rosengarten, because they want guys that can move down on the offensive line. So in the process of doing that, why is your first running back candidate the power running back? You know what I'm saying? Even though he works for the scheme anyway, because great running backs will make it work no matter what the scheme is and what play you're running. So yes, he makes it work when it comes to that. But there's a reason why when Keaton Mitchell was healthy initially, he ran the same plays and he will fire off a 70-yarder very quickly. Because that he fits that. He's a smaller back. He can hide behind the offensive lineman and then just pop into a small hole and take off. Derrick Henry's 6'4", 250 pounds.
Yeah,
he's a defensive end running the ball. He's not going to hide behind any offensive lineman. So it's a big difference.
Do y'all think we may have the fix on the roster? It's just John is not like Corey Bullock. I think he can be a good guard. And then maybe the young man from LSU can be a good guard. But
we have the fix, and it's not even a big fix. Move Cleveland to left guard, and have Voorhees and have somebody competent at the right guard. Vincent could probably play the right.
There you go.
Spot, honestly.
There you go, Brandon. I
So
agree with that. I can roll with
this-
that. And
so what I
Voorhees
was gonna
ain't even
say
the
was
best
close.
pick. Yeah, you great. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
what I was gonna say was play Cleveland at the right guard and play
Nah,
because he
he's better
seems
at
to be
left.
better on the right side.
He's better
He
at
looked
left.
better
No,
on the right side to
better at
me.
left. He's
But
terrible
okay,
at
so
the right.
then do that and put Vincent as your right guard because Vincent is a road grader. That man can run block like it's nobody's business. He still has to work on the pass blocking a little bit, but he can go back and look at his preseason tape. He was running them dudes off
He
the
an
line,
athlete, bro.
bro, off the line. So you move him to one of your guard positions, right? Him in Cleveland, or and then like you said, I like Emory Jones. I don't think he's playing this year. I think
Hell
he's
no.
he was on year-ending injured reserve, so we won't see him this year. But in the future,
Okay.
he'll definitely be a guy we could slot in to like a guard position. I just think they went to and they knew Emory Jones was injured before they drafted him. By the way, I just want to point that out.
Typical Ravens.
Yep. He's a guy that in the future may definitely help there. But with the way Rosengarten's been questionable, he might need to be our right tackle. You never know. You know what I mean? Ravens have to come in and my biggest problem was they didn't go get the best guard in the draft when they should have. And the Cowboys got him. And now everybody's looking at the Cowboys like, hey, once again, you're building one of the best offensive lines in the league. And it would have been special to me because old boy's from my alma mater. Okay, he grew up out here, Connecticut. He's from my old school, Wilbur Cross.
He's from the net.
You know. So I wish they would have went and drafted him. But the Cowboys got him. So, you know, he's gonna go over there and be a great offensive lineman where we needed a guard desperately. And we took a safety and then took a outside linebacker, which neither of them are really helping us right now because we got the worst defense in the league.
I'm about to say two of them. Well, the other one should be outside linebacker, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I normally don't wish nobody to be hurt, but the only way that quick fix will happen, like Brandon would say it, if like Filet get hurt or something, then they have no choice but to play.
Yeah. But you know what they're going to do, though? In that situation, they're just going to slide Cleveland into the right side. And apparently the right side's not his best side. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't have the footwork to be a right guard. His footwork is all left side.
Did he play left guard at Georgia?
I thought his strong side was his right side. But I could be.
I thought it was too, but each game that he has had good tape has all come on the left side, every single time. He's not absolutely terrible on the right side, but he's way more consistent on the left side. And on the left side, I don't think he's given up a sack when he's played left guard.
You know what was fucked up? Excuse my language. We all know
he was
this.
A right guard. So it was like I said, he was a right guard.
We all know this, and we ain't not getting paid millions of dollars. How come they don't know this shit?
So in high school, he was an offensive tackle. Once he got to Georgia, he transitioned to right guard. And like I said, I swear to you, I think he's been playing better on the right side because I remember watching Coach Tate on him, and we were watching him at right tackle one game and right guard, and he was going crazy.
Yeah,
and I remember saying on the left side, and I remember saying on the left side, maybe he just can't play to his left. I remember saying that for like weeks. Maybe he just can't play to his left. So I think, maybe he's had a couple good reps at left guard, and it was in the preseason. But every one of his his regular season reps on the right has been his best.
There's one where he played the Steelers. He was on the left.
No, I'm pretty sure it was the right because what's his name was on the left. That's when
Zeitler was the right guard. Zeitler was
Zeitler was out. That's who That's who he stepped in for was Zeitler, because he had to step in on the right because what's his name had to step in on the left. The other dude that played all 5 positions, Pat McCarry. Pat McCarry had to step in on the left, and he ended up stepping in on the right because they pulled Pat McCarry first. I remember that because Pat was getting tossed. Pat was getting abused. And we was like, Cleveland looked good on the right. And since then, he's been kind of being forced to ride the bench. And I don't know what it is, man. Harbaugh would not let this man free. Big Cleveland is legit a slave in Baltimore. He's like, give us free. Let this man
know
go
when he
sign
played-
somewhere else if you ain't gonna use him.
When he played center, he was good.
Yes, he did good at center as well. And I remember saying to coach, "Hey, coach, maybe he just can't play to his left. Maybe playing to his left is not his strong suit." And he did. I remember now, and then looking it up, he played right at Georgia as well. He played right guard. So I think that's just his strong side is the right side. And since he's been in the league, I think they've been trying to play him on the left, which would be John Harbaugh-esque because that's what he does. You know, he takes box safeties and tries to play him at free safety like Ed Reed. You know, he does all
Maybe
that.
I got it backwards. I could have it backwards, and they had him at the left, and then he finally played right. But I forgot what
Yeah,
position they had him at. But I know he switched sides. And
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
like,
they originally put him at left, and then he switched over to right, and it was like night and day. And right, he was way better. And then they moved him over to left, and it was like looked like he didn't belong. And that's because when he's out there and he's playing left, it looks like he doesn't belong. It looks like he has no clue what he's doing. And I think he just can't move to his left. I think on the right side, he's a monster.
okay, yeah. It said they wanted him to replace Powers at left. So yeah, he's better at
Yeah.
right then. But most of his reps that we gave him a chance was at left for some reason.
Because they're trying to force John Harbaugh is trying to force him to play left. And he can't. He can only play his right. And I don't understand. I never understood it. Don't try to force a player to be in what they aren't. It's just like Trenton Simpson. You're trying to force him to be a will linebacker. He's not a will linebacker.
Because
Not
John
what
like
he
to
does.
sabotage players. Like you remember that interview that former wide receiver
Yep.
had on on YouTube, and he basically told him to gain a whole bunch of weight, and I forgot the position he said he was going to try.
Yeah.
I think it was tight end or something like that.
Tight end. Yeah, he told him to gain weight and move to tight end.
And then when he did it, like John started yelling at him, and
Right.
Yep.
Why are you so big? You shouldn't have gained this
Yeah.
much weight and all this type of shit.
Yep.
so what he was trying to do was sabotage him because either he didn't want him on
yeah.
the roster or
Yep.
It-
whatever the heck. So that's
boy
Yeah,
has
it
talent
does
too.
Yeah, it does say here that Ben Cleveland was the right guard, and we tried to switch him to a left guard like the Ravens would only do.
Yeah, we do
Yep.
that. We play everybody, not everybody, but we. I noticed we're famous, and me and Big Reg, and even and 86 Ghosts, and all of us, man. We've been, but mainly me and Big Reg, we've been complaining about how we played a lot of players out of position for years and ruined careers. Like,
Yep.
can I be honest with you? I think we did that, and to a certain extent with Brandon Stevens. I thought I'm not saying he was the best, but I thought he was a better safety than the corner. Because everything
He
in
is a
corner,
better safety than corner.
I agree.
he don't need his back toward the ball a lot of time. He needs to have everything in front of him where he at least have a run and start. And he's
And
a
you know
good
what
run
that comes
support.
from?
He can tackle.
You know what that comes from? He was a converted running back.
Yeah.
He was a running back, and his college team converted him to safety first, and then they had to have him play corner because of injuries.
He was a beast
But-
at Plano High School. I know.
And
UCLA
so-
recruited him.
Yep. So if they would have left him at safety and let him develop, he would have been just fine. The problem is they got him they said, what we're not going to do is we're not going to make you a running back, but we're going to make you a cornerback. And then we're going to make you a slot cornerback. Then we're going to make you a safety. Then we're going to move you back to cornerback. So the man never really got to fully develop at one position, which is why you do see growth in him as a corner. He's getting better, but he's still, for the most part, barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
Because it's not what he does. He's used to
he don't have that corner
like that
twitch.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have the hips. So you take a guy like that and you put him at safety so he can keep his eyes on the ball.
It's like having Tony
And he can play
Jefferson
in the
at
box.
corner.
Yeah. Shout out Tony Jefferson, by the way, who got an interception a couple weeks ago for the Chargers. Boy, he's still out there doing his thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, Cleveland's only given up 1 sack that has been counted against him.
Yeah, and they refuse to play him.
Who's giving up 1 sack?
Ben Cleveland has only given up 1 sack that's counted against him, and they refuse to play him.
Horrible.
And Falele, according to PFF, Falele has allowed 1 sack and 30 pressures in the 2025 season as of September 25th. 30 pressures and 1 sack, and we're only in week 3.
That is outrageous. That is full blown outrageous. And you know what? John's gonna stand by him because he was at one of Jim Harbaugh's camps when he was younger.
Yes, so much favoritism, man. It's crazy.
It goes to show, man. The more you know somebody, the better. At least when it comes to the Harbaughs, because if you know him, you got the job.
Well,
just like Todd Monken wouldn't be our offensive coordinator if he wasn't, if his sister didn't suggest him. He admitted that he didn't even check. First of all, he didn't know who Todd Monken was and did not check the man's resume before even hiring him as the offensive coordinator. He said, "Oh, if my sister recommended him, he's good."
Wow.
So that's what we deal with in Baltimore. It's sad, but that's what we got.
Well, maybe this is a good thing. We may be painful to watch, but it may be the end of the Harbaugh era. Finally,
I tell you what, I hope it is, but it's taking way too long.
Yeah,
way too long. That was a good one. And it's facts too. It's facts too, because that's just the way they work. It's like he goes, "I'll never forget this. I'll repay you, I promise." Next thing you know, you're in the NFL coaching. Even the one person we got lucky with was Mike McDonald. You know, him having a connection to the Ravens, and
he was actually a good coach. Yeah,
that was a good coach. But he should have been our head coach. So we gonna have to. I guess we're gonna have to get over that.
We looked up with Wink too, even though a lot of people didn't like that last year was rough, you know. But
yeah, it was really rough.
But he was a good coordinator.
Yeah. You know, Anthony Weaver should have still been here too. I just want to point that out.
Oh man, I was sick when we lost him, man. He should have been our no disrespect to Zach Orr. He should have been our defensive coordinator.
Absolutely. But again, John's not going to give the job to a guy that he thinks could take his job. So he gave, and I love Zach, not as a coordinator, as a player, right?
Yeah, Zach was a beast.
He was a beast. Love Zach as a player. Seems like he's a great guy, like a great human being. But Zach got that position because John Harbaugh knew he wasn't a threat to take over the Ravens. Because I tell you what, if he was a better coach, I'd take Zach Orr as a head coach over John Harbaugh, because he seems like he at least has that fire to get the players fired up. So if you're gonna have a guy to lead a team just to be a leader among men and let his coordinators work, Zach Orr type would be the type where he come in and he get the team fired up and then let his coordinators work. But as a coordinator, trying to run a defense, and then you got again, I think was it? I don't know if it was Hendo, LBHC, coach. I don't remember who it might have been coach. Maybe he's got too many guys in his ear too. Because you got John Harbaugh in your ear, you got Dean Pease, Chuck Pagano, and you're trying to take a little bit from everybody, when really the only one who's actually had a successful defense there is Chuck Pagano.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just Harbaugh lining up all his friends with the job. Like, I don't even know if those guys are really doing anything.
I don't. It's. But like I said, the only good thing about it is the unraveling may be a blessing in disguise, because it could save. I don't know about the season, but as far as hopefully, if we get Harbaugh out of here, we can get prayerfully, we can get somebody who's competent, so Lamar can get a Super Bowl. But
To the whole staff.
yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't be against if this team has the roster and the names to, if you dump the staff and bring in a new one, they got the skill to pick it up and be able to be competitive and possibly still make a playoffs, or especially with that man at quarterback. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I wouldn't be against, you say, hey, Harbs, you got to go. And then you bring another coach in and you kind of have him implement his scheme either with the current coordinators until the offseason, where you could do a complete switch out. Or you just come in and say, you know what, everybody go. We're gonna rebuild this thing on the go. And I'd have been fine with that too. Either way.
Every one of y'all, J86 goes right off the head. Which your coach that come off the top of your head that you would pick to replace John Harbaugh? Mine is Brian Flores.
I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. Brian Flores is the first name that comes to mind.
To be different, I say Tomlin, but you're right.
What about you, Jay? Who do you think? Or not?
D Wizzy said Hars would get to pick his successor.
Let's do it this way, right? Do we want to go offensive minded? Do we want to go, because I guess it would depend on who you bring in, right? Because I would mind bringing in, say, Eric Bieniemy, and then let him run the offense too. You know what I mean?
That would be interesting.
And then you just get a good defensive coordinator to run the other side of the ball.
Brian Flores. If we can.
Yeah. I mean, or vice versa. You get a Brian Flores to run the team, and you get a go offensive coordinator run that offense, and he runs that defense. It could go either way. What is Cliff Kingsbury doing right now? Is he still on vacation? He'd come in and be an offensive coordinator for a guy like Brian Flores. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's options out there.
And D Wiz said the real question is, does EDC stay put?
Again, like I said. Okay, so Cliff is the OC for Washington. Okay, that makes sense. And I love Washington's offense. Again, like I said earlier, I think he does. I think the smart thing to do is to give EDC a shot with a different head coach and see how he does. Because to me, with the way he's building the team, I think he's just catering to what Harbaugh wants. Because and people say, well, he's drafted receivers, and Ozzie wouldn't draft receivers early, and he has. But I think it's out of necessity, right? Because Ozzie would also go sign veteran receivers that were still in their prime. You know what I mean? He didn't wait till they got too old to sign them. It's one of those things you can't. Harbaugh put you in such a tough position by saying we're not going to beg for receivers to come here, that he had to draft receivers. He had no choice. You know what I'm saying? And then the way people were talking about Lamar as if he was only a runner, receivers at first didn't want to come here. So that attitude on top of that, like you would think if you're Harbaugh, you would go, we need all the receivers we can get. We'll do whatever we can to get you here to help the progression of our young quarterback. But he did just the opposite. He was like, nah, get out of here. We'll just run the ball. Well, how'd that work out for you? You haven't won a playoff game. Up until, 2 years ago? You hadn't won a playoff game since 2013. Like, let that sink in. Up until just 2 years ago, you hadn't won a playoff game since 2013. It's outrageous. He got away with it. Easily, too. I don't know. That's just, that's just my feelings towards it. I think we let him slide for way too long.
No, you're right.
So, again, with the picks, are you hoarding picks because John Harbaugh wants you to? Or is he like, hey, let's just take as many? I mean, yes, he's probably like, hey, let's take as many swings at it as possible. But that's because he knows his head coach don't want you getting the alpha dogs out of free agency. That head coach don't want you signing top-notch guys that's going to stand up in the locker room and go against what you got to say.
That's why they got that Zodiac bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
In place, yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, if you're EDC, you're going to get as many draft picks as possible.
But then again, think of it. If EDC going along with this shit, he need to go too. Come to think about it. I understand what you're saying, though.
I can agree on that too, though. I can agree on that too. I think I would just love to see his performance without Harbaugh to see if, he's being held back by the coaching. Because, again, we don't know how good these players are without proper coaching development.
Exactly.
So, for all we know, he could be drafting the right pieces, and our coach don't know how to develop them. So, it's not working out. Because for all the years, Ozzie said, I don't know how many times, that EDC put in a lot of good help over the years when he was running things. And we know Ozzie was pretty straightforward in how he did things. Mm-hmm. He looked for certain guys with certain traits from certain schools. And that's how he drafted, and that's how it worked. He just couldn't draft receivers. Yeah, the one thing he couldn't draft was wide receivers.
Yeah.
Well, EDC's proven to me he could draft wide receivers. I like Hollywood Brown. He did his thing. I like Rashad Bateman. He's getting better. I like Zay Flowers. So, are they the Justin Jeffersons or anything? No. But they're good receivers for where we drafted them. Especially compared to guys like Rashad Perriman, who never panned out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're not like Rashad Perriman. That's a name right there. Yep.
I wanted Rashad Perriman to be so good because he was fast.
Yeah, he
was fast.
Yep.
But he couldn't run routes to save his life. Boy, I tell you. That man had no clue how to turn around to make a
and that's a surprise because his dad was a route runner and for the Lions franchise. So yeah.
Yeah. And it just That one hurt my soul, man. That one hurt my soul. That hurt. Engraving was a big fan of Rashad Perriman.
Yeah.
We've
I
had our
want to
misses at wide receiver.
Oh yes. Oh
We've
yes.
had our misses. Anybody remember Clarence Moore, the 6'8" wide receiver?
6'5".
Freaking six.
6'5",
Clarence Moore.
6'6".
Not Clarence Moore was 6'8".
I don't think he was that tall.
Not
Hold
Chris
on.
Moore.
I could be wrong.
Not Chris Moore.
I know what you're
Clarence
talking
Moore.
about, Clarence Moore.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're talking
Clarence
about.
Moore was 6'8".
And we signed Randy Himes in that same draft class. Randy Himes was the quarterback from Grambling, but we transitioned him to a wide receiver. So I know exactly who you're talking about.
Oh, they're saying here he was 6'6". I could have sworn then it was somebody else that was 6'8". We had one receiver that we had drafted that was 6'8". And it was like, Jesus, how they gonna stop a 6'8" wide receiver? I got another name for you. DeVar Darling. Remember him?
Yeah, I remember DeVar Darling. He ended up being a special teams piece for the Cheese. Yep.
Jesus. What about Mark Clayton? Another guy that was supposed to be. And where Mark Clayton go? Was it Ohio State?
No, he went to Oklahoma.
He was Oklahoma. I knew it was one of those. Ohio State or Oklahoma.
I got another name. You remember Travis Taylor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We won the Super Bowl with him. He was serviceable, but after a year or two, he just fizzled out.
Yeah, we just fumbled the bag with wide receivers, man.
No, I got another name for you. You remember Marcus Smith from New Mexico?
Oh man. Listen. What was that dude? There was one dude that we used as like punt returner. He wasn't even fast. He had pretty good hands. He again couldn't run routes to save his life. Couldn't get open.
What year?
They kept him off. I don't even remember what year it was. Harbaugh was here though. I think Harbaugh and Flacco was here. I want to say they was with us. So probably.
You talking about Yamon Figures?
Nah, I remember him too though. Oh my Lord. I want to say maybe 2010. Might have been that. Yeah, I don't remember. I can't. I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Yeah, you gotta give me a year, because if we.
Yeah, I can't even remember. My brain's cooked. This all late at night.
Was that the guy who was from Baltimore? He was a white dude.
I think he was mixed. His arms was tatted up.
Like Justin Sota?
Oh, you talking about David Reed?
No, it wasn't him. Boy, I tell you, I'll remember his name when I hear it, but I cannot.
I thought it was like Justin Moore, something wild like that. But I could have sworn he was one of the Maryland homegrown guys.
I don't know. We had a lot of guys that we swore was gonna be something, and then somehow we ended up with guys like Kamar Aiken as our number one wide receiver.
Hey, oh shit! Arizona State finally made this again.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Tandon Doss.
Yes, Tandon Doss. That is it.
From Indiana.
Tandon Doss. Oh my God. Tandon Doss. They loved him some Tandon Doss. They swore he was gonna be the one, bro. He made the roster so many years in a row, and then they had him at punt returner. He wasn't even fast. He wasn't even quick. he just had short hands. And it was like, you can't route run, but you're gonna get back there and catch these punts though.
And then we had Laquan Williams. He was another Baltimore favorite.
Yep. Oh
And
my
then
goodness.
what happened to Marlon Brown? He had a couple of good games and he just fizzled out from Georgia.
He was one of those dudes that he was in John Harbaugh doghouse. So every time he had a good game, he got sent to the bench and was never to be seen again. Marlon Brown was 6'5", good hands, and he knew how to play physical. Like he knew how to use his body to play. And he was bossing dudes. I like Marlon Brown, but he was one of those guys got in Harbaugh doghouse somehow, so he would never see the field.
I ain't gonna lie, Brashay was so fucking confused. If you look at from his high school tape to DeSoto High School, from SMU, he was making highlight catches, and once the Baltimore Ravens drafted him, none of that shit happened.
Yeah, it all fell apart once he got drafted to us. And again, that goes to show we don't know how to develop talent.
We know D Weezy. yeah, that
the Ravens
are.
The Ravens are like the NBA. They draft you and they give you a role. And whatever you're supposed to do in that role, nobody will know how good you really are. Like Jeremy Lin, he was drafted, he was given a role, and then people were injured and they was like, somebody go out there and score. And he starts scoring left and right. And it's a lot of guys who are doing podcasts now who are like, I scored 30 points in the game and then they pulled me. And then after that, my role was reduced to 6 points here, 4 points there. You can take 3 mid-range shots and 1 3-pointer throughout the whole entire game. Like, look at, I think it was Mario Chalmers. He was like, yeah, I was scoring all these points in these games. And then he said the second day he had a game where he didn't score 20 points, Spoelstra sat him down and said, hey, this shot here, that's supposed to be a 3-pointer for Chris Bosh. This is your role. Follow it. And he was like, even though I can score 25 points a game, if I didn't follow my role, I'd have been on the bench and out the league within 6 months, guaranteed.
Well, here's the thing:
it's a lot of
come in here and they follow their role, and they still get up out the league.
Right. It's a lot of guys who are there who could score those Kobe Bryant numbers, but if he goes out of them couple points or his role, it's going to be a wrap. Even Carmelo Anthony said, man, I'm mid-range, handling business. That's my spot. He said he got to, I think it was Houston. Hey, Chris Paul takes all but 2. Yeah, he said they were like, they literally told him, Chris Paul gets this many shots from mid-range. There's only 3 shots in the mid-range area that can be taken a game that are not Chris Paul. They literally told Melo, you're going to be 3-and-D. And Melo's like, I never really been a 3-point guy. How did this happen? He thinking he gonna come there and between the mid-range, him and Chris Paul gonna pick and pop on him left and right. Nobody can stop it. Instead, they sat him down and told his ass, you can take 3 shots from mid-range. Anything else, we need you to shoot 3s and play defense. And he was just like, if I knew this was the role that y'all wanted to give me, I'd have never came to Houston in the first place.
That's crazy.
I'm still pissed
so
off
if
at
Melo
that.
Can get given a role.
Hey, I'm gonna go out and limb.
If Carmelo Anthony a role, then yeah, everybody better follow their role.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say, Greg Roman ruined any chance Prochet had of having a career in the NFL.
Damn.
And I'm gonna tell you why. His offensive scheme was, Lamar, you're gonna run, or our running back's gonna run. You're gonna play action. And you're going to find your first target. It was never in Greg Roman's playbook for Lamar to look through his targets. So being the number 2 or number 3 option on a play, you were most likely not going to get the ball. Number 2 was very unlikely, right? Because of the way the play develops, long developing plays. And number 3 definitely wasn't. Well, here's the problem. Go back and look at the tape. Prochet was getting open. Prochet was getting open as a number 3 receiver. Devin Duvernay was getting open as a number 3 receiver, and they just wouldn't get the ball because it wasn't in the cards for them to get the ball. You know what that does? That ruins development.
Yeah.
Very bad enough you got them coming in and out. They're not getting the ball on any plays. And then what was the thing they did best in college? Caught the ball. They had very, very low drop numbers, which means that short to mid range, you can rely on me to catch the ball. And Prochet even would boss some people on deep plays in college. So
Yeah, he did.
you can't, yeah. So you can't so for me, he ruined any chance those guys had of being a threat at wide receiver. Rashad Bateman got lucky because Todd Monken likes to spread the ball around in his scheme. Right. So once people start noticing, oh, Bateman's getting open, he's just got to develop a relationship with Lamar. And then once they developed the relationship, it was like, okay, we have multiple weapons now. Greg Roman stunted the growth of this team for so long. It's ridiculous.
Well, you can thank your boy, homeboy, John Harbaugh for that, picking his minions.
He should. Well, no, you can't say that, D-Weezy, because Prochet. I mean, Cleveland had receivers when Prochet was there. They had guys. Like we're not gonna talk like they didn't have guys like Cleveland where Prochet was there. They had guys. Now they don't, but he's not there now.
We
Now
turned
he's over in
Prochet into a
Tennessee.
kick returner, punt returner, and that's wasn't his game in college. Like
Exactly.
Can I be honest with you? This
Yeah.
Jonte Wester, he's not really. He returned some punts in college, but he's a actual wide receiver. And I know Coach Coach Sip Tally said he's too small and everything, but he just put him in the slot. Put him in the slot.
That's what he's built for, right?
Yeah.
Remember, back in the day, all the slot receivers were small like that.
Wes Welker,
That's how they came into the league. That's how they made their money. They were small and quick, and they got open when you needed them. Prochet's perfect for that. But the way the NFL is now, those guys are punt returners now. Hence why that's exactly what Prochet's doing over in with the Titans. He's a punt returner. And he's not getting the wide receiver burn he should be in over there. Because their receiver, I promise you, the wide receiver room in Tennessee is not good.
No, it's not.
Like it's not good.
Nah.
But now J1 pop in. Where were you 10 minutes ago when I said your name?
No, I was watching I was watching this Arizona State TCU game. TCU about to blow it.
Arizona State's a pretty good team. They're one of those,
they do
They
have
gonna win
second-tier
Arizona State, or I forgot the other team, but they're gonna win the Big 12.
Yeah, Jory Tyson is him. I will give him that.
college football, man. I can't wait to watch some college football tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I was pissed off. Yeah, I was pissed off when Virginia upset FSU tonight.
Hey, welcome to that. We been trying to tell. Me and JB been trying to tell people, man. The ACC is don't get comfortable.
I mean, I wasn't pissed. I mean, I know Virginia is a tough school. I'm just saying, I'm just still pissed. I was going for Florida State. So
yeah, but J6, you ain't slick. You ain't exempt from the question either. Who would you? We asked, what coach would you pick right on the top of your head to replace John Harbaugh?
Off the top of my head,
mm-hmm.
The AC is full of cannibals. That damn, D-Weezy. Off the top of my head, replace John Harbaugh. Does he get to remake the roster or keep the roster? Or
it doesn't matter. Well, they're gonna do whatever they want to do as a head coach. So just if you had to let John go right now and pick somebody up right now, who would it be?
Pick somebody up. Who's there to pick up though? Off the street.
Off the street.
Yeah.
There's names out there. I mean,
it could be a coach you admire. It could be.
Yeah. Fudge it. Give me Ed Reed. I don't care. Give me anybody. John Harbaugh. Give me anybody that don't know the hardballs. That has no connection to the hardball family. And I'm a happy man.
I would say Robert Saleh, even though he went back to the 49ers as a defensive coordinator, but I don't think he got he just didn't have an offense when he was the head coach of the Jets. But pretty much Lamar is the offense. You just need
that's actually a good signing because let's say hypothetically, Robert Saleh come to this team, he'll look at the defense and be like, ugh, we got to do this change, that change, that change.
Yeah,
I'm about to throw up in my mouth.
Great defense.
All right, he probably just let Lamar do whatever. Lamar do whatever offense and be like, look, listen, you're great. We all see it. Like, look, you call not call the plays, but you tell me what plays you're comfortable with. I'll tell the OC. OC follows you. You got it. I'll touch the defense. Okay, you probably make fucking Owe a fucking Pro Bowler somehow.
I agree, D. Weezy. Let's get Coach Evan sit the table.
Hey, I'll be awesome.
He better hit us with some free tickets.
Damn right.
That'll be awesome.
Listen, so last thing I'm gonna touch on real quick, then we're gonna get out of here because it has been 2.5 hours. We talking college football just a second ago. Is there any games you guys are looking forward to this weekend? That's just like it's a must see. I gotta watch it.
Must see. I mean, even though Georgia and Alabama play tomorrow, I'm just not feeling it, bro. Like
it's not the same.
It's not. It's really not. But for me, LSU versus Ole Miss, that's gonna be nice. And I definitely, I mean, even though I'm gonna be at work, Penn State versus Oregon. I need to see if Alar is like that. I really need to see if he's like that, bro.
I understand. You listen. You ain't got to tell me.
I mean, Ohio State about to belt the ass Washington, so I ain't about to waste my time with that.
Okay, my team. I'm gonna go HBC. I'm gonna go Southern and Jackson State because a lot of Jackson State and Southern fans been going back and forth all week for the Boombox Classic. So.
Okay. I'm gonna have to try. I gotta find a way. I gotta find out where all that airs on my cable so I can watch it, man. Because I definitely be wanting to catch a lot of those games. For me, I got two really in mind. First one being UConn and Buffalo. You know, I gotta watch my Huskies.
Of course.
I gotta see if we're gonna continue to, because we're 2-2, but UConn could really be 4-0 right now. We literally had two games that we gave away late and lost that were completely on us late game where we should have won. So we could be 4-0 right now, and instead we're 2-2. Jim Mora is actually doing a pretty good job turning his team around. And Sky Bell is a weapon at wide receiver. So I want to see if he continues his growth. Cam Edwards went for 200, what is it, 194 to be exact, rushing yards. Had 2 touchdowns last game or something like that. So Cam Edwards, I want to see him continue to, do what he's doing at running back. I want to see the defense try to progress. So I'm going to keep an eye on, UConn and Buffalo. But then the other one is BYU in Colorado.
You took my other one, yeah. This is going to tell, and I know I'm talking over your turn, but I'm going to add to what I think you about to say. This is going to see how trash Colorado. A lot of people think Colorado is trash, but this is going to tell how bad they really are in the Big 12. Because if they can upset BYU, then they're not going to do bad in the Big 12.
Yeah.
But if they get blown out, then it's going to be a long season for them.
That's exactly what I was about to get at. This is going to be a good measuring of where Colorado really is.
Look,
Same thing for Caden Salter. if he gets to start.
Yeah, sure. I'm just sick and tired of Colorado playing late.
Yeah, they play real late.
I think they did that on purpose because Deion since last year made references that he didn't not like late night games. So they was like, "Oh, really?" And
but 9:15 though, like on a Saturday,
yeah,
like God,
yeah, they did that to be assholes.
And mind you,
they had to.
Mind you, that's 9:15 for you. That's 10:15 for me.
good Lord, yeah.
so your boy gonna be up. Trying
No,
to watch
TCU blew it. He threw a pick. Game over. Oh, yeah. Oh,
What do you expect from TCU though, right?
Oh yeah, another news. I'm gonna watch my Tar Heels get their face kicked in.
man, I'm done with them.
Who y'all playing? I don't even know who y'all playing.
We're playing. I'll tell you in a second.
Well, after that first week, I was like, yeah,
It's gonna be a long season.
I'm like belt to ass on the first week, bro.
Oh, we playing. We gonna get dog walk. We playing Clemson.
How?
Nah, hold on.
That game. Look, that game might actually end in a tie.
That might be the best game of the day.
we playing them next Saturday though, on October 4th. No.
Oh man,
we got a bye week.
Well, I don't know why. I mean, we ain't did shit dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? Keep an eye. Hear me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying this. I'm saying it now. Everybody gonna like, huh? Keep an eye out. I think Arkansas can upset Notre Dame.
Arkansas? Yeah, Arkansas. Well,
I think Arkansas can upset Notre Dame.
If the quarterback doesn't turn the ball over.
Because Notre Dame's quarterback he does this thing.
I don't believe
to give the game away.
I don't believe. Look, I see his haircut. You know, the first game. I just don't believe in him. He's trying too hard.
Speaking of quarterback play, Colorado has it because I know Deion was bitching and complaining about Salter inconsistent play, but I've said it on my show. They win and lose with Caden Salter because he's the better quarterback. Don't put no one.
Exactly.
He's the best. So your best choice or your best chance to even hang in the game or even upset BYU is with Salter, because in my opinion, Colorado low key has one of the best. I'm not saying well, I said the best, but they're not. They're up there. They got a dangerous wide receiving core.
Yes.
So they can easily move the ball down the field if Caden Salter has time. So and I'm not impressed with BYU's secondary at all.
Yeah, and you got to remember with these young QBs, that stuff matters, man. If you stick with him when he's going through it, he's gonna work harder for you on the opposite side, on the other end. I promise. He's gonna try his hardest to keep improving. It's one thing if you stick with a guy, he doesn't improve, then you go, okay, but you're only a couple weeks in. If you stick with him, I think the kid's gonna turn it around, and he's got the potential, he's got the skill.
If he got the potential, he could have stayed at Liberty and got drafted in the early rounds, in the 3rd through the 7th round. That's how good he was.
Yeah.
So they got a talent at quarterback. It's just that another thing is a lot of people, and I root for Deion, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. The offensive play calling has been trash.
Yes.
Yes, and according to him, I don't know how true it is, but according to him, he let the coordinators do what they do.
Stop
it.
That's what he said before.
That's what he said about he be interjecting.
That's what he said.
Seeing him talking.
That's what he said previously.
No.
Well, because it was a interview last year. It was last year, He was talking about how he's got a great staff, great coaches, and he was like, I don't like to get in these guys' way. I let these guys do. He's like, I trust them. I let them do what they're gonna do.
You don't need to trust them because you throwing a damn wide receiver screen and it's not working and you do it again, then you need to say so. You
Something's
need
gotta
to
give.
interject. Yeah.
Look, it was like it was like the fucking. It's like when the Panthers had Ian Thomas, doing tight end screens with him. Like why are we doing this? Why are we forcing this?
Oh, you mean it's like the Ravens rolling out and sprinting out to the right every time we get inside the 5-yard line?
Oh, that just reminded me. This is what got Cam Cameron fired, in my opinion. Y'all remember when he tried to do a damn fullback screen with Lorenzo Neal?
Yes.
That
Yes.
shit was everybody was like, I was like, yeah, this is probably the last time. Last
The
year.
crazy thing is, Lorenzo Neal, amazing blocker, and he will pick you up 5 yards on the ground on a fullback dive.
Yeah.
The man can move the ball. He was not meant to have the ball thrown at him.
Exactly.
He
Cam
was
Cameron.
not meant to have the ball
I
thrown
guess
at
he
him.
would think he was trying to catch the offense off, the defense off guard. Like, not that slow ass shit.
Yeah, nah, that wasn't it. That was not it. Oh man, we had some fullbacks over the years too. I don't even want to get into it too much because we gotta get out of here. But
Facts.
Lorenzo Neal, Vontae Leach, the list goes on. McLean.
I'm playing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's been another great show. We're gonna kick it off, Mr. Jared. You want to tell the people where they can find you?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. You can find me at Jared O11 Green on YouTube. I have a show, Southern Baller Show. We'll try to have it every 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday, and also on Thursday, I have my show with Coach 67 Sports TV. I call him Mr. Southern. The HBCU fanatics. We talk about HBCU ball, so please support. Come check a brother out. I appreciate y'all.
Always. Mr. J6, I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, but you might as well go ahead and say it anyway, sir.
Let's see. Day 6 on everything that I do: TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, wherever else there is social media, whatever. J86 will be there. Release some shorts, over the week. My commentating about the Panthers, belt ass, to the Falcons. Hopefully, we can do it again to the Patriots. Ghost of Yahtzee is coming out. I want to say next week. I will be getting that. Wait for that. So definitely check out my Twitch channel. Follow me as I play that throughout the week, or however long it takes me to beat it. And yeah, you also find me, kicking it with the Reg Ghost, Mr. Jared, and whoever else, that wants to come up on Fridays and Mondays when the Ravens or Panthers are not playing. To get our honest, play-by-play or live reactions. Wait, what, D-Weezy?
Yes, sir.
The ladies will be there as well for J String. Nah,
that is facts.
I don't think
That
my
is
lady.
facts.
I don't think my lady's gonna. Yeah.
Hey, they still be in there deep.
No, but she be watching like a hawk though. So
She do. Mr. Ghost, you want to let them know where they can find you if you're still with us? I'm gonna say he's not still with us. 86. I'm gonna do it for him. 86ghost.com and 86ghost here on YouTube. He drops shorts pretty much every day. So go through, check out his content. Great content over there. Trying to get him to start live streaming over there too, but he's kind of fighting that. And as for me, you know where I'm at because you're here. Thank you for watching. Love you, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all drop that like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And we'll drop more of these again in the future. Everybody, y'all stay blessed. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.